Cody Worms Sparkler.
Chat room. I'm so sorry if you can hear the fan over much. I finally got the shelf up. It looks like I'm going to have to change the side that my mic arm is on, but other than that, everything's going great. It's finally working. I am going to have to find a new position for my webcam too. Everything's hard. Everything is very hard for your girl out here in this bitch. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my absolute best. There. You can't hear the fan? I'm so happy that you can't hear the fan because it's pointed fucking directly at me. Oh my gosh, Rana, thank you so much for the 5 biddies.
Dragon Rana cheered. Cheers for shelf.
I'm so over this this double sound. I don't know what to do. I need an intern. Anyway. Good golly. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing really good. I am all set up here. I just need this. Hi. Hi, guys. I can only do so much, so won't apply? What? I don't know what you mean, but it's okay. It's okay. Hi, everybody. It's so good to see you all. I am still working on this cloak. I've barely gotten anything done on it. And tonight we're going to be listening to some Chilluminati. Our friend Mathis gave me permission to listen on the show. So if you guys don't follow Mathis, you should. He is a longtime friend of mine, one of my oldest and favorites, and just an overall, he's a good person. And it makes me really happy to know him and count him among my friends. If you don't follow him, you really ought to drop him a follow. At least follow Chilluminati, because I know that if you're here, you like creepy shit, hey? Bungie, I have fucked with it over and over and over. I don't know what to do. I will keep doing it. I will keep trying, but I am at a complete and total loss right now. Oh, did somebody... Cody, thank you so much for the resub. I'm sorry that I missed it. Somebody else subbed while we were offline, but that was 9 hours ago. I don't even know if they're here. But if you see this, Gersh, thank you so much. I appreciate it very much. We are gonna get back to work on this. I have fucking chalk under here from trying to put up the shelf. Real quick aside, guys, please don't judge me, but I started juuling again. So if you see me juuling, that's what's up. I started juuling again. I can't I can't tell you how stressful life has been. I'm not proud of it. I'm really upset about it, but I had been smoking cigars, and I was like, that is so much worse for me. I might as well just pick up another Juul, because I had been smoking at least like a cigar, if not more, every single day, and telling myself, no, it's just a cigar. I just have them as a treat or whatever. But when you start having one every day, that's really fucking bad for you. And I mean, it's bad for you to even have one ever, but I'm not giving up cigars altogether. There's no way. I love them way too much. But anyway, yeah, I was having one every single day, and I was like, at this point, I might as well just fucking get the Juul pods and get back to the juuling. And then once things have calmed down and I'm less stressed, then I can quit vaping again. I quit cold turkey last time. I can do it again. Draconis, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, I feel like if I keep talking about all the bad luck things that happen to us, that people aren't going to believe me. That people aren't going to believe me and think that I just complain all the time. I'm a pretty optimistic person. I am very bubbly. Like, it's not a thing. Like, I'm not just somebody who complains all the time. It's just that we have had such horrific luck. I recognize that it's hard to believe when I say another bad thing has happened to us, just because of all of the, like, just terrible fucking things that keep happening over and over and over. Hi, Logan. Oh, I'm dad. Logan's my boy. I'm so proud. Anyway, thank you guys for understanding and for not making me feel more like shit about it than I already do. I feel really embarrassed. Hi, Fred. It's good to see you. Hi, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for being understanding. I just don't want anybody to think that I condone it, or that... Does it automatically do that, or do I need to do it? Oh, no. I don't have access to my keyboard. I need a mod to do it. I don't know if any of my mods are here. Can I do it? Oh, I can do it. Emote only chat. I also picked vaping back up on a road trip to keep myself awake, and then I found myself buying disposable vapes again, so I totally get it. Thank you guys for being so understanding. I am not proud of myself. I'm not happy about it, but I quit before and I can do it again. I went almost a year. And I'll get back there. I will. It's just that right now there's no way, you know? Also, it's the hottest fucking day. It's so hot. I just tried to help Josiah shoot some stuff for his upcoming video, and his office is a boiler room right now. It's like walking on the surface of the goddamn sun. Cigs are something I've done for years, but I smoke a pack a week instead of a pack every 2 days. Man, Logan, if I can talk you into switch into a vape, I would love it. I would love if I could switch you over. You will save money. It will taste better. You won't smell. But also, I don't judge. I super don't judge you. I smoked cigarettes for years. I fucking love cigarettes. I fucking love them. Hydrate. Don't mind if I do. Thanks for looking out for me. Are you guys hype on some Chilluminati tonight? It's a cryptid episode. We decided in Discord, if you guys want to, here, I'll hydrate really quick. I'll turn off the emote only chat now too. There we go. Thanks for looking out for me, Cody. Okay. What was I in the middle of saying? I forget what I was in the middle of saying. Oh, we decided in Discord. Yeah, we decided in Discord that we're going to be doing a cryptid episode tonight. Thank you to Chilluminati Podcast, my good friend Mathis. And then also there's Alex Fascian. I cannot pronounce or spell his name fucking ever. I think it's Fasciana. And Jesse Cox. That's a name I know you guys recognize. They're both part of it too. They are such fun dudes to listen to, and they talk about creepy shit. and I found 2 cryptid episodes that I'm very excited about. One is the cryptids of New Zealand, Fred. One is the cryptids of New Zealand, and the other is the Jersey Devil. I thought we would start with the Jersey Devil. No, but since Fred's here, we'll start with cryptids of New Zealand in case he has to go. We'll start with cryptids of New Zealand, and I'm just going to be crocheting away. And if you guys are interested at all in the pattern at all, it does cost money. This is a paid pattern, but I believe it's in the bot if you do !pattern in Twitch chat. If not, I can absolutely, I'll grab the link to it here. Bing, 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 bing. Woo! Jesse, thank you. How are you? How are you tonight? Jesse is an IRL friend. Probably the friend I'm closest to in Nova Scotia. Oh, see you later, Henry. Have a good one. The pattern is from before. Oh no. I don't have it in the bot. I don't have it in the bot, and I don't have a link to it right now. We tried updating it. I remember we tried updating it and it didn't work. Good. I got to the end of what I could do solo on the barbecue and stopped in to say hi before I move on to the pizza oven. Well, I'll be able to come over as soon as we have wheels again. Did you know that our car, the tire exploded while I was on the interstate the other day? It's still in the fucking shop. It's been there for a fucking week. And we still have no update on it. But I'm not complaining. I am. I'm complaining. I'm sorry. We're going to go ahead. Can I just get, we have almost 30 people watching. So I would love 3 readies. And then we will start. I didn't know you were on the highway at the time. I didn't know the tire exploded. I was very lucky to come out of that without crashing because my wheel jerked to the left. It was awful. It was so scary. Hello, Kane Dreisen. How are you? That is the right link. That is. Thank you, Sperry. Also, hi. It's good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in so long. It's like my sister just came back into town. I'm into it. Real nightmare energy. Glad you're okay. Yeah, I'm trying to focus on the fact that I walked out of that without a fucking scratch. I'm trying to focus on that. I have 2 readies. If I get one more, we'll go ahead and start the New Zealand cryptids. Am I mentally okay, Doxy? Far from it, but I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best, and you all help, and I appreciate you all so much just being here and being understanding of me and all the stuff. Y'all are just the best. Thank you. Okay. All right, here we go. We've got our 3 readies. Let's do this. I'm so excited. I hope you guys like this as much as I do.
Hey, Nova Scotia. You already know
why do we have an ad?
Incredible wineries, dining, and even seaside getaways.
I'm so sorry about the ad. I shouldn't be getting ads. I have Spotify Premium. That's infuriating. You've never seen Chilluminati? Well, it's audio only. It is audio only. So we have all this space to work with today. Also, you guys, I did my nails. Do you want to see? I did them myself. I took all of the shellac off
Illuminati Podcast, episode 140,
and put nail tattoos on.
Your host, Mike Martin,
it's hard to see, but I love these little leaves here.
Of LA, Jesse and Alex.
I thought you were about to say Clarissa explains it all, and I was like, I don't know where he's going with this.
It never focuses right.
Of LA.
Ferguson, no.
Ferguson from Clarissa Explains It All. That's beautiful. Anyway, okay, sorry, you can't really see them. Whatever.
Awesome and 6 of LA. right?
Yeah,
Writing a book, nice.
And entire family.
Do your nails? Come on over, bud.
No, it's the Urkel and
happy
Stefan of LA.
Oh my god.
Obviously.
Sitcom and saxophone of LA.
You know what sucks?
All right,
is that
I'm gonna
I know
get
for a
Crochet
fact
in
Alex
here.
is Stefan and I'm Urkel. Like I don't even. There's not even like I just know, and that sucks. That sucks.
I don't think I'm Stefan, dude.
I mean, out of the two of us, you're not Urkel.
You're not an Urkel type.
I'm sorry, you're definitely Stefan. Out of the two of us, that sucks that I know that no matter what, I'm
I used
Urkel.
to have a YouTube channel that brought together
Sorry, I
the
have
joys
to
of video games and
organize my
science.
yarn a little bit.
Okay, just so you know, like science, mythology.
Stefan does science.
Big
He's
Wolf
also
Times, thank you
just,
so
like,
much. I
cooler
appreciate
than
you.
Urkel.
Thank you.
What I'm saying is, have you ever like fawned over a girl to the point of it being hilariously memed online? Because I have.
No, no.
You know what? It does
I don't
fit.
play
Poor
loud like
Jesse.
that.
You
I don't play
make
loud
that
like that.
comparison. I think maybe Alex is the dad.
The dad from
Break
what?
down cardboard for
Family
garbage
Matters, you're the
day.
cop.
Oh
You're the
How do
no.
we get on Family Matters?
Well, have a good time.
I thought
We'll
I
be
was-
here if you
I
decide to
thought I
come
was,
back. No pressure.
Clarice.
Are we the? Next time can we be the?
Do I
the
hear a
dad
big
from Family
baboose?
Matters and the cop. Well, actually, the cop from Family Matters and the cop from Die Hard. And
Aw,
let the
I'm
audience try
sorry.
to figure out that conundrum.
Which one's which?
Yeah.
Which one of us is Clarice and which one of us is Hannibal?
Okay. I guess that's to find out.
Okay.
I'm sorry for
All right,
spamming. You
audience
didn't
will have to figure
spam.
that out.
Every time I look at Jesse and he's cooking, I'm like, is that human meat? What is it?
Do you want to taste?
You want to take a little
Not,
bite?
it's not bad.
I got very unlucky on this yarn.
Everybody,
It's
this is
very
gonna be a bit of a loose
tangled,
episode,
and I have to
and then
untangle
I'll
it as
put
I
the front-
work.
I have puppies now, and puppies are fucking exhausting. They are. So
Oh, happy
tiring. I
birthday.
wake up at
Yes,
6
that's
I
true.
hope you have a really good
and
one.
They through the night they stay up. And also, we were supposed to do a guest episode today, but he ended up not being able to make it. So the next episode that you see will have Sinvicta on it, everybody. We'll be covering the Bermuda Triangle next episode. But this
It is the
episode-
worst. Is this the
episode
one
we're
about?
gonna
No,
do one of
this
my
one is
favorite things.
New Zealand
We're gonna do a grab
cryptids.
bag of cryptids. I tried
These
to
are
think
chill.
in,
I like these.
I like these too. I wanted to pick another
Excuse
part of the
me.
world that people
I'm
wouldn't necessarily
fasting
think
today,
of
and
when
I'm
you think
very
cryptids,
hungry.
Maybe a smaller, maybe forgotten part
Things
of the
have been
world.
rough, but I
So
hope all is well with
chose
you. Things have been
New
rough over
Zealand.
here too, bud.
The New
But I hope
Zealand
that things look
cryptids
up for you soon.
that I could find, get a little info on.
Interesting.
And if you need
There's
to,
a
I
meme
also have
text I
some
showed my
backup
office today where
Australian
talking about how the
cryptids on the
Jersey
off
Devil needs to be
chance
taken
that
down
we
because
just
of the
fly
paper, but he
through
didn't do
the
his
New
crops,
Zealand
and I didn't
cryptids.
So what criteria are we going to be judging them on today?
That's a good question.
What fickle terms shall we?
I leave it up to the two of you, as
categorize them?
always.
Can you
How do
guys
wanna
see
rank
okay? I
these
feel like
cryptids?
this yarn is
Because
really
think
dark.
New Zealand. You could maybe rank it in terms of hobbits.
How many hobbits?
How many hobbits would it take to take down this
I feel like
particular
if I do
cryptid?
that, I'm going to literally get a gun, like a bullet. Somebody's going to send me a bullet in the mail from New Zealand with my name on it.
Is it
What
gonna
are
take
gun
10
laws
hobbits
like
or one Gandalf
down
to take
there,
down this cryptid?
Fred?
Don't do this.
Also, can you guys hear okay?
Or fellowship?
Yeah. Fellowship or Gandalf? Who's gonna have to take this?
No,
down?
no. Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can
Galadriels,
make
though,
this
no matter
look
what.
a little better
How
for
about
you
this? How
guys.
about this?
Impossible.
Let's grade them on how likely they are out of 10 to, or likelihood out of 100% that they will take over as the cultural touchstone that everybody senselessly goes to for New Zealand, even though it's just a movie made by Warner Brothers Pictures.
So
know what I mean?
you want if New Zealand is listening, you want them to make this their new tourist attraction. This
I'm
whatever
trying to say
cryptid
we're
we
going
highest
to
rank.
replace Lord of the Rings as the easy
Hi,
go-to
Wicked Storm. How are you?
in the minds of people all over the world for New Zealand. Something that's actually from and created in New Zealand might be better, I think, than Peter Jackson's
My hands are
adaptation
way too
a-
bright with
of
it like
a
that.
book.
They're fantastic movies, and I've seen them, so I like them a lot.
He's there. That's
How's
true.
this look,
You know,
everybody?
Mathis
Does
is
this look
still in that
okay?
stage of life like a baby, where if he's seen it, he likes it because he's seen so few things. He's seen so few movies that
You
he's
can't
just
judge
it's just
what
it's
good
just
is.
a treat.
For those of you that don't know, it's kind of a
It's a
trope that
treat.
Mathis
It's like, yeah,
it
all
just
good.
knows nothing about pop culture,
Baby.
Remember the first time you went in VR? Remember how crazy
except
that
for
shit was?
Star Wars.
Remember that?
VR has
I mean,
been ruined for me because that
Yeah.
experience, Alex, that we went to. that was like
Oh, the
VR
Star Wars one?
Oh yes, I've done that one.
Ruined
Oh
for me.
my god,
That's
in
so
California.
good compared to
I
any
want to
other
do
VR,
that
it's the best.
so bad.
Yeah, 'cause it's
I
interactive.
I
man.
want to
There's, like,
go.
shit you do, there's, like,
I want to go to
rooms and you
Disney.
touch stuff
Good night,
like-
Hacks Matt. Have a good one.
Nothing is. You can't
was
just
heat.
be in your bedroom.
Thanks for hanging out.
anymore. Like, you can't do it anymore.
No, it's not
There's
good.
apparently by the same company a Ghostbusters one.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
Ghostbusters thing in Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done it.
Oh,
They
I
came
want to
here
go do
briefly.
that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
do
if
that.
you want to contribute to Mathis's education as a movie watcher, please head to patreon.com/ChilluminatiPod, where now we have Chill Tracks.
You'd rather go to
a
Orlando? I'm gonna go to all of
legally
it.
distinct, sort of movie commentary service that we offer, where we watch movies that are adjacent to the interests of Chilluminati Podcast listeners. It's in the Venn diagram.
Loosely adjacent.
Y'all, my head
Last time we
hurts.
did,
I
the
feel like I'm
original Ghost
definitely
Adventures
like
documentary, which
dehydrated, and
was
it's just
terrible.
a stressful,
and
awful
then before
day.
that, we did Mazes and Monsters, right? Which was,
Yes, it was.
Which was terrible.
I can't remember if we did Mothman first or Mazes and
And
Monsters
then we
first.
did
Doesn't
Mothman
matter.
first,
one.
which was terrible. So there's a theme, clearly.
No, Mothman was all right. Mothman was like a 6 out of 10. Mothman wasn't a total drag.
They
Anyway,
did Grace from Will and Grace dirty in that movie.
that is so true. That could not be more true. Anyway,
Deborah Messing
there's a
is
lot
her
of movies there
name.
now. It's ever
Oh,
expanding. We're
time
doing another one
to-
this month. We haven't decided what it is yet.
Time
but
to hydrate.
you can
Thanks for
listen
looking
to
out for me,
as well
Moth.
as all the other
I
great stuff we have
appreciate
there.
you.
The minisodes,
Do you
50
still want me to
minutes of
call you
extra
Moth,
show
even though you
every
changed your
single
name?
week, plus all like however many it is, 30 extra ones that you haven't heard yet in public.
Like some cranberry juice with some
that. Yeah,
crayon
it's crazy.
lime
I don't
seltzer.
know
It's
how many.
delicious.
There's a lot of minisodes
I,
that you haven't heard if you are not
I'm
subbed up.
fasting today. I can't have
recent
any
compilation,
calories.
and it included the one with Mike Raparez from Video Game Apocalypse. That's how far
Like
back
from the
they
Green
are.
Stone episode.
Yes,
You're gonna
they're
change it
Green
back?
Stone
Okay.
and the Green
Oh my
Stone.
God.
Moth Goth
From
is so
the
cute.
last in the trilogy of Green Stone episodes.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot there still. There's a
In the
ton to
trilogy.
listen to.
But yeah, please go to patreon.com/ChilluminatiPod. That's how you support the show. That's
Got
how we
and
keep
gave
going.
so
I love you
much
guys. Please keep
dopamine.
doing it.
Hell
It rules.
yeah.
It keeps-
That's the
I'm
fucking
so
meaning
busy
of
doing my own
life
job. I
right
love it.
there
Please,
is
Yeah.
please.
popping off
Also,
everybody's
one more big announcement
dopamine.
before we dive in, everybody. It's officially confirmed. If you are free on May 26th,
Oh,
and
yes.
get to Austin, Texas, or live in Austin, Texas, Chilluminati Live is coming back. We are going to be at the parish this time around. Go to our Twitter, go to ChilluminatiPod.com, click on the big old poster, and go buy yourselves a ticket. We sold out last time. We want to sell out again, so we will have a VIP experience that will be limited to a small number of
What do you
people.
mean VIP experience?
I mean, I'm gonna striptease for them, but they won't
All
get
right,
to see
you know
it.
what?
Obviously.
I'm gonna say we don't do that.
And I'm gonna moan into the microphone. Hello, my little Chilluminati.
We're
while I
gonna,
do
we're
it.
gonna workshop that bit. We're gonna get back to you with the real
I love
thing.
these guys.
We're not sure what's gonna be. It's gonna be better than that for sure. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to go to Austin, Texas. I love Austin, Texas. This is the type
That's
of city
very
where I'm gonna
funny,
go,
Moth.
show up at mysterious restaurants and
I was gonna say, are we gonna do
food.
like a few Austin days, boys?
we have to
What's going
figure
on?
it out.
We're gonna do a night in Houston because you're gonna spend the first night with me in my house, and then we're gonna
Oh,
drive to
puppies.
Austin.
Nasty.
Yeah. And then we're gonna drive up to Austin, and yeah, we can do a couple days in Austin if you want.
I wanna,
Texas
like-
hates Austin because it's like California, apparently.
Yeah, but like,
you know
there's so
what's
much
funny?
cool stuff to
That's
see
where
and
I'm
do
from.
there. So like, whatevs.
I'm the Clarice Starling of California, so I got to get out to Austin and arrest a murderer.
And I'm the Hannibal Lecter of California. I'm going to help, but also eat a person.
You're gonna eat
And
Ray
I'm
Liotta's
Going to
brain.
help, but
I
also
have never seen Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, no,
Get
yeah.
out of
Mathis
town.
is Ray. Mathis is
have
Ray
not.
Liotta.
I couldn't live in
I
Austin,
know
but
about it
Austin
because
is
it's just so
rad. I
pervasive
don't
in
hate
pop
going
culture.
to
That's exactly what I'm
Austin.
reading
Read
you,
it, I'm
and I
getting
know
my
you're gonna
brain
love it.
slowly-
I know you're gonna love it. It's almost like it's a part of you, dude. You're gonna love
Yeah.
it.
I don't doubt that.
It does
how much I
have
love
to be
true
a part of
Yeah, I know, I got
Texas.
you.
That's actually not a bad one. Let's just lock it in. Let's do fucking Silence of the Lambs next movie. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, all right. I mean, I'm down to do Silence of the Lambs. You want to do Silence of the Lambs of the next Chill Tracks? There you
Yeah.
go. Done. All right. We're going to do a good movie.
I was
hope we
gonna
can still make
recommend a
fun of
Nicolas
stuff.
Cage movie, but like, hey, this is a better choice.
Dude, oh, I want to do a Nicolas Cage movie so bad.
I got a good one, and it is
need-
bad, y'all. It's bad.
I'm so excited.
What is
Okay.
the name of it?
It's called Pay the Ghost.
Oh my god! I just
And it is a
don't
horror
wanna-
movie
I don't even want
about
to know anything
ghosts.
else. Yeah, I just gotta know. I just gotta watch it.
That's
The sound-
really
I
cute,
love
Moth.
So stupid.
You know,
I love it when my kitties can tell that I'm
about
upset
them
and they
movies?
comfort
About them
me.
cryptids?
It's very sweet.
Yeah, let's
From
talk about
New
some
Zealand.
New Zealand cryptids.
Oh, that's
All
the
right,
worst. We're the worst.
gentlemen.
Send us
What
to
is
jail.
that?
That was a
Whoa,
terrible
New Zealand,
try,
New Zealand
Mathis.
cryptids.
No, he
What?
sounds like Borat. I don't want to join. I don't want to join.
It
with him.
sounded horrible.
I don't want to be on that. I don't want to be associated with that
wife.
oppression.
I love these boys.
My hobbit wife.
Mary and the Pippin.
Hey, Nova Scotia. You
Why is
already
this
know
happening?
all about
Hold
the
on a second.
province's
I'm so
incredible
sorry.
rivers, dining,
This
even
shouldn't be
seaside
happening. Why is it giving me ads? Like, why is that happening? This is infuriating. Give me a second. Shut the fuck up. Ugh. Bird! How are you doing? I'm so sorry. I'm going to try opening this up on the Chilluminati, or on the Chilluminati, on the desktop app. It's just going to take me a second to get to where we are and stuff here. I'm so sorry about the wait here, y'all.
So show your local love.
Why-
And visit novascotia.com to start planning your
Is it
summer
part of the
adventures.
episode?
From stunning parks and historic attractions to big city fun, Nova Scotia has it all. But you already know that. So visit
It
novascotia.com to plan
is.
all the ways you can show your local love this summer.
That's infuriating. Why do I...
How would he call Sam?
Borat?
Why do I pay
Yeah,
for
how would he call
premium
his
if
friend
I'm getting
over? How would he
ads?
call
Say,
Sam
you
Wise.
would probably say something too dirty to repeat on this.
But like it said to Nova Scotians
Cryptids,
though.
we got to focus. All right, on the ranking system, here we go. New Zealand, if you're listening, we're gonna discover your new mascot. The first of our cryptids.
We'll see if it
is
stops
the
here.
moa. The moa were giant flightless birds native to New Zealand, and they actually did exist.
I've heard of these. Yes.
Yeah, they were comprised of a total of 9 species, ranging from the size of turkeys to nearly
Did the Patreon
double
go
the
through?
height
I
of
haven't looked at my
humans.
Patreon in a hot
The
minute.
largest-
World.
Yeah,
Give me a
they were-
second.
There's actually a picture of a couple pictures of them. If you can Google, all in black and white.
I'm
Or,
so
like,
sorry
what's
that
purported to be.
thank
And,
you
like, it
for
looks almost like-
contributing to my Patreon. We're gonna be moving over to Ko-fi at the end of the month.
Yeah. I just want to make sure.
I realize that it's
This is a
probably
real
best
thing,
to
though,
wait
right?
for the end of the month so
Yes,
that
but it
people
doesn't- it doesn't
don't
exist
get
anymore.
charged
Or
for
does
both.
it? No, it's starting out a little tame here, a little tame.
I wish
The
that I
largest
hadn't even.
was the South Island giant moa, which could grow to a height of about 11 feet and weighed nearly.
Didn't even start the
800
Patreon,
pounds.
to be honest, and just
JP, the Lost World situation right there. That is like
went straight to
Steven
Ko-fi, but
Spielberg
you live and you
dinosaur
learn,
You know
right?
what they are?
That's
They're
so
oh my
nice of you.
God.
Thank you
They're
so
the
much.
Dinosaurs. You know the scene where they're in Jurassic Park? I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Oh,
what,
the Gallimimus.
yes, the,
the-
they run in the herds. That's
Yeah.
exactly what these things are.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! I don't know how I didn't think
That's
of that.
right. I was in elementary school in the 90s, so I know everything.
Yep, I
about
see it.
fucking
Thank you
dinosaurs.
so much.
That's not what that is at all. So you're totally right.
Yeah.
I did watch Jurassic Park in school.
You
I
can,
think a
y'all
couple
will be
times.
able
I think my
to
teacher was, like,
Kid
throwing it
had-
on.
move
If you
over to
haven't seen Jurassic
Ko-fi
Park,
and
you
do exactly the
literally
same
grew up
thing and just
you were
support
born at the
there.
age 25.
I'm
were
figuring
never
out how to
on
do
your
like
end. Yeah. You missed it.
the
So these guys belong to a group of birds known as ratites, which also included
is happening
ostriches,
here?
emus, and kiwis. Genetic studies suggest that the closest living relative of the moa are the flight tinnimus of South America, once considered to be a sister to the ratites. They were the largest land animals in New Zealand, being found in forest, shrubland, subalpine habitats. The moa's main predator was the Haast's eagle, the
Whatever.
biggest eagle
We'll
to
see
have
it. Thank
ever
you very
existed.
much.
Both became extinct alongside the moa soon after humans arrived around 700 years ago. Surprise, surprise, we killed all of them when we arrived in
Crushing
the
it,
area.
fam. Human. Represent humans. What's up?
We ruined everything. Their main cause of extinction was by the Maori, who exploited the abundance of
Sounds
moa,
like a little
along
kid
with the
saying my
mammalian
name,
predators that they brought
which
with
is
them, causing them to
Mallory.
go extinct within 100 years of their arrival. So humans showed
Eily,
up,
Eily,
in
Eily
100
back.
years, they were all gone.
What a crazy 100 years that must have been.
Just pure bloodshed.
The
murdering-
slaughter of the dino birds.
Honey, wake up. It's time to go slaughter some moa.
That is
But I don't think
just...
like anyone, like, you have to consider that I don't think anyone, especially if you're like a southeastern island tribal people, I don't think you were thinking like we're destroying, like, it seems
No, we're just doing what
Oh, no.
humans do.
Yeah,
which is
like,
just
there we
take
go.
over an area.
Yeah, I don't think it was like, you know, the modern capitalist version of like, no, we take it. Like, I think it was just like,
No, I
it,
just
it
mean
happened.
that.
Yeah, like humanity does
they
that.
They showed up where they were at, and they found a good, probably food source, probably supply source.
Yeah.
But you know, that's what it all starts as anyway. The only reason it's different now is because we like got iPhones. You know what I mean? We got like
Yeah. After that 100 years, generations went by, and eventually the moa was totally forgotten.
This podcast is the
until
Chilluminati
Europeans arrived
podcast.
when the
It's
remains of the
Mathis's
moa were
podcast
once
with
again
Jesse Cox
found.
and Alex
It's
Fascian.
believed
They talk
the
about
early
creepy
ancestors of these
stuff.
birds actually could fly, reaching New Zealand around 60 million years
Yes,
ago. when they
Bungie
first
Fox.
arrived.
That is
Flighted birds?
exactly what
That's
you should be
horrifying.
hearing.
Are they-
But also 60 million years ago.
Hi,
is that
Katie.
some
I'm working
fantastic,
on
man?
Is
a
that, like, what they
hooded
think? Like
cloak from Maggie's
60 million years ago? Is that
Crochet.
dinosaur time?
The pattern is in the
65
Twitch
million
chat
years
if you
ago,
want
the
to
60
see it.
64
Or
is
if
dinosaurs,
Moth
so,
is
I mean,
feeling very
yeah, I
generous,
mean, these would be
they might
close
be willing
ancestor
to grab the
of,
pattern
like,
and bring it over.
I don't know what comes after the Cretaceous
I don't have
period, whatever that
access
period
to my
is.
keyboard,
Because
or else
if
I
he
would
says
do it.
that, like dinosaurs didn't like. I don't know. I don't know the current wisdom. It's
I
been
feel
like
about coming in
science
here and
obviously
hearing
is
about the
always in flux
genocide of
on
birds.
stuff like this,
I
but,
will
like,
protect you.
I don't know. If they did evolve into birds, like what the hell? It was a flighted moa that's twice the height of a
How do you
man?
spell it? It's
That's
chill,
horrifying.
Chill,
That's Monster Hunter.
Illuminati.
That's dead ass.
So Chill,
It's like your first couple of missions in Monster Hunter.
INATI.
So yeah, once they arrived at the island, though, they became totally isolated from then on until humans showed up and made them extinct. However, there have been a few sightings of the bird ever since their extinction, dating back to the 1800s. In fact, in 1820s, somewhere around there, George Pauly,
You are very
a man by the name
welcome.
of George Pauly, claimed to have seen a bird 20 feet high by an unnamed lake in Otago region of the southern island.
Had he just
Pauly
landed
ran
there
away,
in his
he just-
house with balloons on the top?
Yep, exactly. He said as soon as he saw the thing, he completely ran away. Walter Buller wrote that the Maoris claimed a large kiwi. lived
Katie,
in
I
the
posted.
Chatham
I've
Islands until
done one
about
of
the
these for myself.
1840s.
I
Are
posted
kiwis, like,
pics of it
super
on
tiny
Twitter.
birds?
They're like little-
After I
super
made
small?
They're
it.
like little. They look like a. character
Now
from
I'm making
Earthbound.
one
They
for
don't look like
Josiah's
they could be
mom
real.
because she saw it and
but
she
they're tiny,
loves
though, aren't
it.
they?
And
I don't know how
she was
tiny.
like,
I mean, like,
if
what's
you
tiny?
make me
I
one,
thought they were like maybe
we
a
can
foot
cut up
high
my
at most.
mink
I think
coat
you're right. I think
to use
they're,
to
like,
line
the
it,
size
to
of,
line
like,
them both.
a kitten.
And I was like,
Maybe
I
a little
already
smaller.
ordered yarn to
Oh.
make you one as a
Well,
surprise.
it's not the only sight of a giant kiwi. In the 1840s, Australian bird painter John
Thank you,
Gould
Moth.
reported
Thank you
seeing
very
what he
much.
described as giant kiwis on the South Island as well.
Actually, it
that
looks like
were-
some of them get pretty big. Sorry.
Yeah. This one was
You don't
around
have
a
link
meter
power
tall,
over on
and
YouTube.
Gould's
No
spread
sweat. I
feet
appreciate
description had
you.
matched those of fossilized moa footprints found on the North Island. And in the mid-1840s, the crew
See you
of
later,
the whaler
Lycan.
Magnolia reported trapping a big emu that weighed like 500 pounds. The captain, who was a taxidermist, was said to have preserved the bird to send it to the London Museum. However, no known specimen was ever sent
But, like,
to the museum.
emus, though, those Australia lost a war to emus. So just, you know,
They lost a war to
Dude,
emus?
that is
Look
like
up-
the best
look it up.
story. Yeah.
Look it up.
They
It's
had
crazy.
like Gatling guns or something versus the emus, and they couldn't win. Like it.
Whoa, wait, what?
I don't
Get
think
up,
I made that
my
up.
Can we do an episode on the war against
Josiah
emus?
recently
Sad and gross and
tweeted
and awful than it is mysterious.
to
and
that
So can I tell you guys something
Strahd
amazing?
roleplay account
I love the science part of the internet
about it, and I
So,
posted
I
a
looked
link
up
to it there.
what the
So if you go to my
period- I was like,
media
all right, well,
posts,
what
you'll
is-
be able to
takes place
find it
after
pretty
65 million
quick.
years? Like in the geological timeline, what's that called? It's called
The pictures don't do it justice, though. It's really beautiful. It has like a gold metallic thread running through it.
But
It's
the best
so
part
gorgeous. I love it so
of
much.
this
I'm very
entire
proud
thing,
of
I'm gonna link
it.
to you right now, is on that page. It talks about the rise of giant birds, and there is an image of what appears to be a dodo battling one of the birds we're talking about, and it is incredible. And I just want you to know,
Oh my god, that's wild. That's cool.
just put
What
it out
the
there.
heck?
We should definitely include that on the subreddit because it
It's
is
like
See you later,
dinosaurs
Jace. Have a good
fighting.
one.
This is like
Thanks for
literally
hanging
like a
out.
Pokemon battle.
It's
This is
dinosaurs.
nonsense.
yeah, looks
Fighting.
so good. So that is,
Dang,
yeah,
that's
I get
a
what you're
great
talking about.
picture.
It's 100% just giant birds during this time period. So it makes sense that they would, if you are in New Zealand, and that is, it's cut off, and they have all these other crazy animals there. That is the rest.
Oh
of the world
no, we're
changes
very out of
and
focus.
all these different things.
Why is it
are in flux. There in New
auto-focusing?
Zealand,
Oh,
you
because
still
I
have the giant
turned on
birds.
autofocus.
Checks out. It's pretty cool.
Perhaps. Hold on.
We've got a couple more sightings and an actual possible picture of one and a news article of one. So in 1867, 4 gold miners claimed to have seen a moa, quote, on Saturday, July 27th, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, whilst enjoying a pipe by the side of a small fire in our hut, with the door open, my attention was suddenly directed to a large animal on the opposite range. I was not long in doubt as to what the stranger was. My mates cried out, "It's a moa!" And the moa sure it was. The bird must have been more than a mile in a straight line from us, but as the horizon was clear, every movement could be detected. The bird was evidently going at a great pace, and I can only compare it to the movements of an emu or an
Gosh,
ostrich.
this skein is
We had
so. It
full
was a
view of the
bullet
bird
skein.
for
It was
more
a
than
little
2
bullet
minutes when he
skein, and
suddenly
it is
disappeared on the other
so
side of the range.
tangled.
So a nice little 1860s diary entry of one.
I don't know
that
how this
saw it.
happens
And
with
I can imagine
these.
if I saw a giant bird off in the horizon, knowing that a war of emus was coming, I'd be scared. I'd be horrified.
Big birds. It's
Chat
not,
can
have you
post
ever
links,
Been in
yep.
the presence of like one of these types of birds, like a ostrich
oh god,
or
yeah,
an emu.
like a zoo or something. Yeah.
It is crazy.
Oh, that's sad,
I
Moth.
know that I had to have brought
Katie,
this up
you
because it
quit
feels
it.
very much like something we talk about on this show. But another great
Thank
show.
you.
Radio
I
Lab.
am absolutely in
I'm
love
gonna
with
say,
that.
like,
Even better than our show. Even
I just
like,
got.
it's- it's-
I
it's
truly
like-
did
it's
get
like a
sick
distant
of
second
waiting
compared to the
for
show. But anyway,
cloaks and
as good as
capes
ours.
to come back into fashion.
But
So
one of
now
the
I'm
episodes
making
they
as
did
many as I can
featured
before
this
fall
weird
to
skull
get some
they
out
found
there.
of like an ancient man, and they couldn't figure out what killed this guy. They were doing all these
I'll
studies
bring
on
them
it,
back
and they were
myself.
like, oh, it could have been a saber tooth. Like clearly he was attacked by something, right? And there were these weird marks on his face. And
oh yeah, I remember this.
and one of the things that happens is they discover that there are actually claw marks inside his eyes and when, like his eye sockets. And when they do the research, they're like, oh, the only thing that has claws that would do like on the forehead and up in the eyes are birds, like talons. And
Yeah.
so the whole episode they do devolves into this thing that's kind of like, you know, when you're out at night or like out and you see a shadow above you, your initial reaction is to immediately be like scared and look
Pretty
up.
sweet.
That is very similar to probably what these people were feeling, and it's like ingrained in our DNA because at one point in time, human beings were terrified
found
of
out what I
giant
can
birds
charge for these.
snatching them up.
And I'm very
God, dude,
excited
I
and
can't
hope they
imagine, like,
sell.
getting my eyes poked through. my
Because depending on the
skull with giant
materials, I can
emu
charge up
basically
to like
stomping me to death.
$500 for one
That'd
of
be pretty
these,
rad,
and
in
like
terms
that's
of
a
ways to
reasonable
go, like,
price
I
to
mean, that's
ask
pretty metal,
apparently.
Like, I'm pretty into it. Yeah.
So
Get picked up by a bird,
that's
like, by my
cool,
eyes
but
and,
a
like,
lot
carried
of
away. It
hours
sucks.
goes into
If I
making
can
them
die in
too.
some sort of
So
way
I
that, like,
suppose
a dude
that's
in a
probably
monster movie
why.
would die, I
And
don't care. That'd be
it
rad.
costs
I'd
me
be
it
fine with
costs
that.
me at least $100 for
bet you
yarn,
there's, like, a show about
and
it,
then you have to add the
All right, 2 more sightings.
The other hardware, like the buttons and stuff.
In 1993, 3 hikers claimed to have seen a moa in the Craigieburn Range in Arthur's Pass.
That's gotta be.
I will not charge $500 for all of them.
Dude, here's how it's spelled.
They'll
You
probably
tell
be
me
closer to
how
like
you would say
300.
this.
All right.
There you go.
But I'm very
goddamn, That's
excited.
not how I thought it was going to be
That
spelled. I'll tell you that
hopefully
much.
I'll be able to actually make a living doing what I love, you know?
That's all I had too. One of these people who was hiking was actually a former SAS soldier and mountaineer, Paddy Freeney, who had managed to chase the bird and take a photograph of what appeared to be a fleeing moa. Later analysis by specialists at Canterbury University concluded that the picture seemed to show a genuine bird. A year later in the same vicinity, a physician found unusual browsing damage on plants that could only have been made by a moa, at least he proclaimed.
I've never
So here's
sold
the
anything
picture
that
was
I've made
taken,
before.
and,
I always just give
Can't wait to see
as
this.
Curious
gifts.
on what your thoughts are
Can't
gonna
wait
be
to
on
see
this
this.
thing.
So I'm
I bet
looking
it better
forward
be
to
a very
seeing
clear
how the
picture
shop
of a
does
giant
when
bird.
I have it
Come on,
up
bro.
Get the
this coming
fuck
month.
outta here, dude. This is like a joke from a Muppets where they like cut to who the culprit could be. And
I did
they're
start
trying to
setting
pretend
up
like
my
it's not a
Ko-fi. It's
chicken.
really
Canterbury
fucking
University said it is
confusing,
clearly
but I'm
a
figuring it
bird.
out. And I
I
have
mean, what am I
Josiah
supposed
is
to-
incredibly
a blurry
smart,
bird
and
is what
I
it
know
is.
he'll help me with
This
it.
is a photo from 1993. This isn't even like a 60s photograph.
There's
And
no
Bumble Kitty
any
offered to
context
walk me
for
through it
height.
too.
Nothing.
It looks like a chicken.
It's also the photo looks cropped. Like, and yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Any context for height or anything like that is ruined because it's such a close up of a.
Don't
blurred
tell anyone.
photo.
Need people to
It
think
deadass
you're a
looks
hard
like,
ass.
it deadass looks like a chicken from,
Everybody
like, the
knows
Far
you're a
Side. Like, it
badass
looks
at
like
least,
a
so
fucking drawing of a chicken.
there's that.
It's true. It does not. It's a terrible picture, and the fact that
Bumble is best. I love
Canterbury
Bumble. I
University,
miss Bumble.
They use like that as evidence. Well, the Canterbury University concluded that it was a bird.
Take
It's like,
that
yeah.
offline, Canterbury. That's embarrassing. Don't have that on
It's
there.
another one of their crazy tales.
That's just.
I think tomorrow we're gonna rewatch the January
Failed that
6th
English,
hearing
college.
that happened yesterday because I missed a
I
bunch
read
of
that
it
horrible book. I
and
hated it.
I couldn't
Really
pay
good book.
attention the whole
It's like
time,
4 books.
and I didn't have Mike and Cam up, so we couldn't really talk about it. So I think we will do that for tomorrow night's stream. Hopefully it's warm enough, or not warm enough. Hopefully it's cool enough
It probably looks a lot better that way.
in my office because it gets so
that's the
unbearably
Moa. All
hot
right,
in
give me
here
a
when it's
rating.
as
Do
hot
you
as it
think
was
the Moa
today.
Is better than Lord of the Rings as New Zealand's #1 attraction.
Nothing.
I'm gonna give it like a,
no.
I'm gonna give it like a 70%. I think it's pretty good. Like, if somebody found one of these, for example, that would be. They would have to do some serious.
Did I miss one of those
this
when I
could be
had
like
to run
the
real bad?
bald
I
eagle of New
honestly
Zealand.
can't remember. I'm so
Nothing about
sorry.
this is better than anything in Lord of the Rings.
Trying to
Even
ask
that
me
one-
to
that
like
one,
recall
orc was
dates
like,
and
"First
stuff
fuck,
is
like,
it's a
even that
losing
guy's cooler than
proposition,
this.
but I'm
What
sorry.
What about the fact that it made the country of New Zealand under the thumb of Warner Brothers Pictures?
I mean, that's. Look. That's sad, but like.
All this is all this bird's trying to do is to grab somebody's eyes out
Yeah, I
once
mean,
or
like,
twice,
you
every
know.
once in a while, every couple 100,000 years. They're just trying to grab somebody's eyeballs out of their head. That's it.
All right, let's actually
Just
have an
like a
idea.
car
1,
alarm. I'm so
2,
sorry. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Cannot. 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 cryptids total. Why don't you rank them in order? Where would you put it?
Really
on the
quickly, I
list?
have to look at this
immediately.
pattern. I'm
Number
so
one at the
sorry.
moment.
Okay.
Same place in this list at the moment. Jesse's
Right.
got it in last. I got it in first, but there's only one thing on the
Yeah,
list.
there's only
so.
one spot, yeah.
Fair enough. All right, let's move on to the next one, the Cabagon. The Cabagon is a cryptid that was very first spotted off the coasts of New Zealand by a Japanese fishing boat, the 28th Maru in Nihongo in 1974. The Cabagon literally means hippo monster in
It
Japanese.
sounds like a Godzilla enemy.
I'm going to send you a picture or a drawing because there was no photo of this thing. And they believe that and they named the monster basically on impulse. They just saw the thing and they immediately named it, and it just has been named that every day. Here is a little artistic interpretation of what they believed they saw.
Okay.
Yo,
go.
that thing is from outer space.
That, it, like, actually, deadass looks like a monster.
That's a fair
that could
price
be
to
a
ask for
rubber
sure.
suit.
It's a
Like,
lot of work and
Yes, it
experience.
does.
Good
Deadass
things.
really
Thank you.
does. It's
one of
I'm
those
very
monsters from,
excited
like,
about it.
Power
I hope
Rangers
people
or
like them
literally
and
like
want to
Godzilla.
buy them.
Godzilla versus Cabagon.
Look at that thing.
The most notable physical features of this creature are very large eyes and huge nostrils. A large head measuring about 1.5 meters in height from under the nostrils to the top of the head. So those big holes.
3, 4, 5, 6,
the
7,
coloration
8,
they said was
9, 10,
grayish.
so I'm on
in
11.
general, the head of the creature resembles what is known as an imbozu. An umbozu. And I'm just going to link it. I'm just going to
buttonhole.
It's about it. Sea monk.
Yeah,
it's a whole other cryptid. It's a whole other thing. But it's like this monk that is in Japanese mythology, a sea spirit. It dwells in the ocean, usually
See you later,
emerges
Moth.
during
Have a good
storms,
one.
sinks ships. So that was like the thought that they had when they saw the Cabagon.
He looks kind of friendly to me. I got to be honest. Like he look.
I do. You know what? I
He
feel
looks
the
kind of
same
shy.
way. I feel
He
like
looks
kind of
sheepish. Like he's like, oh, I don't want to say hello. Oh.
No, he looks like one of those rubber suit guys. You're absolutely right, Alex. Except he just has no expression and still kills you. You know what I mean? Like
here
some
we
of the
go.
50s
Leans
movies.
backwards like this, and like an explosion happens like next to him. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I got one other
Gets
picture
hit with like a piece of wood, and he like bends a little bit. And you're like, oh.
Actually, let me.
Katie, I do still want to collaborate with you, by the way, or do an art trade
The way this thing looks, I will show you this picture in a
at
minute.
some point. I feel bad that I
really
haven't
quickly
gotten
go
back
over,
to you yet.
What they believed they saw.
I
So
very
in the
much. I need to get
afternoon of
this
April 28th,
project done
1974,
as
on
soon as
February
I possibly
13th,
can. This is
1958
I don't
at
work on
7
any
p.m.
side
All
projects or
members
anything.
of
Whenever I'm
20
crocheting, I'm crocheting
I'm so sorry.
this right now.
In the
I haven't
afternoon of
even had a
April
lot of
28th,
time to crochet
1974,
yet.
all the people of the ship, including the captain Kimura of Japanese fishing vessel 28th Maru, as I said prior, they witnessed a large creature off Littleton Peninsula. This is when they saw the large head and nostrils measuring to what they believed to be about 1.5 meters. And Captain Kimura sketched the animal, which is the sketch you saw. That is actually the captain's drawing of what he thought he saw. Local magazine in New Zealand, the New Zealand Weekly Magazine, later picked this sighting, and mysterious footprints were reported on a beach nearby the sighting location. However, no physical sightings have been reported since then, and I'm going to show you this magazine from Japan depicting.
Yes.
Oh man. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yo,
You're
that
so
guy-
understanding and
Pokemon.
lovely.
That's a cute.
I just adore
It
ya.
looks like a cartoon tarantula that is giant and lives in the ocean.
Alex, oh my God, have you seen that YouTube video series with that like cute tarantula? It's like hello.
Yes.
And he's like, it's like a,
Yes.
it's exactly what that is.
Like
It's exactly
that, except huge.
just as cute
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, in that interpretation, he looks furry.
Yeah, he looks like
Yeah.
he's
I
got
don't know
like
why.
yeah,
Very
like
weird.
that.
I
thick,
think
thick,
furry
hard
spiders
fur.
are very cute.
What's kind of fun is that the bottom two sets of eyes look a little bit more shocked than the top two.
They kind of
The
do.
top,
They're
like,
very
the top
surprised.
set of eyes look like his eyes, and the bottom set of eyes look like Maru.
I wish
threw
they
his
would do
fucking
video
little
with
hat
this podcast. I wish they would.
and took him over.
True.
Oh my gosh,
The
you guys
Cabagon
can't even
was initially
see.
speculated
Sorry,
as a
I'm
misidentified
all behind
misidentification
myself.
of pinnipeds, which were like walruses and such. However, the latter was denied as the species only inhabits the Arctic waters of the northern hemisphere. Some indicate that the creature is a remnant descendant of the Desmostilidae. Oh my! The scientific name of that particular species. I'll copy paste.
poor
it so you
sweet
can see it.
Mathis.
This is a type of like walrus or something.
Like classification of like walrus or some odd
I honestly,
thing.
especially looking at that first picture and like thinking about how seal looks, I could totally see them seeing that picking out of the water.
Could
and
you
kinda
see
getting
it,
a different
Alex, or
idea
could
of
you
how it's
seal
shaped
it?
and what it does.
Yep.
Yeah, yep, that's exactly what they are. They're an extinct family of herbivorous marine mammals belonging to the order of Desmostilia. They lived in the coastal waters of the northern Pacific Ocean from
no.
early Oligocene.
Oh, no, we
through
have,
the
like,
late
a full-on
Miocene,
knot
existing
going
for
in
about
here somewhere.
26.7 million years.
Please, please,
Now,
please
yeah.
don't do this to me.
It's a lot of years.
Cabagon,
No, 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 no,
it's
please, please.
However, the descriptions of the creature actually fit to several species of pinnipeds, such as the leopard seal and southern elephant seal.
never buying this
especially
yarn
southern
again.
elephant seal, the largest
It's
of
such
living
nice
pinnipeds,
yarn,
reaching
but
5 to 6.5 meters in length, can be
hopefully this is
possible,
just a fluke.
can
I
be
have,
Guinness
like,
record. That's all we really have on the Cabagon.
10
He's not
more
nearly
skeins
as
of
well
this to get
documented as the
to make this
Mohaw,
thing.
sorry. So, but he looks really cool, and I like that he's like an oceanic cryptid. What would you rank him on your list of
Ruby
potential
Gem,
New
thank you so
Zealand
much for the
attractions?
follow. I appreciate it. Welcome.
You know how we have like a baseline of what we're trying to. Because here's my thing, I'd rank him on like very high. Obviously, he's the 5
Oh,
and the other guy was a 6.
no.
Like, there's no doubt this guy's
You
better.
put this guy above? Seriously?
Oh yeah, this guy's
Giant
above.
Moa birds? Really?
Yeah, this guy's above.
Alright.
This guy's awesome. But more importantly,
Okay, it worked out. It worked out. Oh, thank goodness.
This dude, he is a water-based
I didn't know what I
creature,
was gonna do
but
other
furry.
than like find the other
Hence,
end
I
and
don't
try
know
to
how cool that
wrap
is
it
because I
up.
feel like that would suck. To be like
You
a
always smell
giant
like wet
furry
dog.
water thing, like that would suck. So like, if we're basing it on like his ability to be a good
Gonna definitely need to
creature,
put some
I feel
weights
he might
on
be
this
lower
and
than the
hang
giant
it.
birds, because the giant birds at least like
So that it
their
drapes
shit
right
together.
in the
I don't know.
end.
Well, but
I have this
stuffed animal
this corner keeps
factor.
curling up
Well,
like
that's what I'm
this.
saying,
I
Saber.
hate
We're
that.
talking about the cuteness
It's
factor.
so
We're trying to knock-
annoying.
if we're trying to knock LOTR off the top rung, you know, you got to bring
Yeah,
the
I'm
cute
just-
sometimes. And the Moa's
Man.
awesome. The Moa, like, if it was like Teenage Moa Ninja Turtles or whatever, Teenage Mutant Ninja
No, that
Moas,
still sucks. Imagine these guys as Ninja Turtles, though.
too big.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Four-Eyed Furry Beasts. Like, these guys would be able to
The
make
entire sewer system of New York City would be like destroyed.
Yeah. I love these
It
guys.
would.
This is my 5.
Splinter
These guys
would
are
have
5.
died. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put it for this purpose. I'm gonna put it above the Moa, but I still like the Moa more.
Okay. All right. Next up is the Zuyo Maru creature. This is another cryptid that was actually discovered off the coast of New Zealand by a Japanese
1,
fishing
2,
boat.
3, 4,
It
5.
was actually a
This
carcass
isn't
that was
as many
pulled
as I'm
from the
supposed
sea, decay, like half
So they got a
decayed.
good look at
It's
it, though.
strange.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll get you the picture. Its strange appearance led many to believe it was the remains of a
Oh, hi,
plesiosaur,
Minky.
which is an aquatic prehistoric reptile that some believe
I have to
could
let my
be
cat out
messy.
really quick.
A
I'll be
later
right back.
testing of the tissue showed that it was most likely a decomposed
out,
basking
bud?
shark or
You want out,
perhaps an
boy?
undiscovered animal altogether. Let me get you guys the photo
What year is this
for
from?
you so you can the 70s again, I believe I just said. Yep, 77. 1970.
So more recently even than the previous.
Yeah, so just like about 3 years more.
I'm waiting for this thing to look exactly like a shark.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this.
I'm having issues
Y'all are
with
quiet
the
tonight.
photo loading for some reason. Here you go, boys.
Oh, Jesus. Looks like a fucking Bloodborne boss. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to make of that.
Yo, that thing is awful looking.
It looks like
Yeah.
Khonshu from like the current Moon Knight series.
Oh, speaking of, loved episode 1.
Enjoyed
Loved
it, yeah,
episode
but-
1.
I knew you.
Yeah,
I
it's a good
knew
time.
of all the people, you would be the one to like be like, I like it. Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
vibing.
absolutely.
That's
Okay,
super cool.
so
That's
the
fine
discovery
with
of this thing
me.
happened on April 25th, 1977, by Japanese trawler Zuyo Maru, sailing 30 miles east of Christchurch, New Zealand, caught an enormous rotting carcass in his trawl. The crew were convinced it was an unidentified animal, but despite the potential biological significance of the curious discovery, the captain,
Moon Knight was fun.
Akira
I didn't
Tanaka,
watch it.
decided
I
to
should.
dump the carcass into the ocean again, so not to risk spoiling.
I'm
the
just so
caught fish
sick
that
of
they just
fucking
had.
superhero
However,
shit.
before that,
I'm just so
photos
sick of
were
it. I'm
taken.
done
Some
now.
People made some sketches of the creature, and they nicknamed it Nessie by the crew. Measurements were taken, and some samples of skeleton, skin, and fins were collected for further analysis by experts in Japan. The discovery resulted in immense commotion and a plesiosaur craze in Japan, as the shipping company ordered all its boats to try to relocate the dumped corpse again, and they could obviously never find it because it's the fucking ocean.
Right. It's
Good
gone.
luck.
It's gone.
I don't know.
Look.
Yeah,
Oh, shit,
same
shit,
bird,
I'm not
which
saying that
sucks
looks
because
to
I
me
loved
like a plesiosaur for
superheroes.
sure.
I loved
I'm
them.
not saying that, but it definitely looks fucked up enough that I can see why people were taken with it. Is that supposed to be the head there off to the side?
Yeah, yep, that's supposed to be the head limped off to the right-hand
Quinto
side.
interesting.
Yuki,
It does look
thank
like
you
it's
so
on the
much
end
for
of
the
a
follow. I
long
appreciate it
aquatic
very
neck.
much. Welcome.
But
I mean, if you,
could be chunks
Thanks for
missing,
coming
you
and
know what I
hanging
mean? I
out
don't
with
know.
us.
yeah, I get. Here's the thing: is if you go off what a plesiosaur looks like, and you say that that's the head, assuming that's actually the head, then yeah, you can see where like the side fins would be. You can see kind of where like the. But
Come
it
on.
also could be one of those things where, once again, the human mind always tries to make order from chaos, and we're looking at a thing here that we just don't know what we're looking at.
Right.
Yeah, so the one thing that they said it could be is a basking shark, right? So I think, yeah, here's a little comparison of a basking shark held in a similar position to the corpse.
Okay.
Oh wow, yeah. Oh, that's.
I
wish we could see what
If-
they were
if
talking
you-
about.
Because here's the thing.
They didn't provide any
Basking sharks are huge,
materials.
too, by the way.
Yeah, the
They
neck
can't
of this
for
thing,
Spotify,
if you're supposed to its
hey?
neck, that could just be a spine and the flesh
if it
is
just got
gone.
like eaten, everything eaten, and the bottom jaw eaten. Yeah, I could see it also.
I might have to take a break
Yeah, and that's
to
a good
like
pick, though.
unravel
Actually,
and
this is-
re-ravel
this
this
is a
yarn.
better picture even than the other one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well that bird
If
picture.
this
Oh yeah.
keeps-
Oh, you mean the
Yeah,
other?
no,
keeps
that
up
bird
here.
picture,
The
that's
bird
not a picture. That's I can't conclude that that's a photograph for sure.
It's definitely a photo of
Whatever.
something.
Sure. That could be watercolor if you ask me.
Once again, though, this is the only encounter that we've had of this creature. It was named after the fisherman who found it. So, where would you rank this thing on the cryptid list? Because we have no idea what its abilities are. The closest thing we can compare it to in terms of the cryptids is Nessie. And I feel like Scotland already has Nessie as theirs.
Yeah, this
Well, I
one's
feel
not
like-
as big of a. It's not groundbreaking. It doesn't scream New Zealand to me.
Plus, this was found in the ocean, yes?
Yes, sir. Off the
By
coast
Japanese
of New
fishermen.
Zealand. Yep.
So I don't think even
that's true
New
of the
Zealand could claim
Cabagon
it as
too,
theirs.
Monstro.
Yeah, the Cabagon was
I
also
have to
Japanese
shut my
fishermen
door
off the New
because
Zealand
Josiah
coast.
is recording.
Yeah, but they
Monster
really
just
sold
pushed
me on
his
it.
way
So
in
this
here.
is this is you know what? This is the new.
coming in or are
This
you
is the
going
new
out, bud?
6.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I agree with the 6. I think I'd put this at 6 as well.
It's
out
kind
of,
of got
out
6
of all
energy.
of them.
Now that I've seen that shark,
Yeah,
I kind
that's-
of feel like it might be a 6.
Fuck yeah, I did it
Okay.
from here.
Hey, Nova Scotia. You already
I
know
am
all
so
about our
upset that this is
province's incredible
happening.
Wineries, dining, and even seaside getaways. So show your local love.
Do-
And visit novascotia.com to start planning your summer adventures.
By Maori people. I'm so sorry. Next up is the Mohaw. The Mohaw, also known as Maru, Matau, Tuhorangi, Teongina, or Rapuai, described by Maori people. I'm so sorry. I did my very
That's
best
like
on
my
that.
6th grade through 12th grade internet screen name collection.
Is that really what they're talking about? Is the basking sharks?
The Maori people of New Zealand.
'Cause that's not a
described it as
cryptid, that's
being
just a
terrible
thing, that's just
creatures,
real.
Half man, half animal, with a very aggressive temperament. They were only too happy to massacre and eat anyone that strayed into their
New
domain.
Zealand skinwalkers?
No, closer to Bigfoot, actually. You will see. I'll show you a really awful drawing. It's great.
Good.
Early encounters often talk of these creatures exhibiting aggression and throwing rocks to frighten people off. It was these creatures.
Does
largely
anybody here
found in
listen
the
to Chilluminati
Coromandel Ranges
regularly?
that were thought to be responsible for the find of a headless, partially devoured body of a prospector in the Martha Mine region in 1882. Later,
If
further
anybody
up
has
in the
access
foothills,
to
corpse of a
the
woman
images
was
that they're
found.
looking
It
at,
was
I would
discovered that
love
she had been
to
dragged from the
look
shack
at
in which she
them.
lived, while the remainder of her
all the
family
time.
were away, and her neck.
Do you
had
do
been
you
snapped.
have like a list of references for this New
Yeah,
Zealand
it's kinda
cryptids
weird. Kinda weird to
episode
find,
that
like, just like a neck snapped
Yeah.
and no body,
they're
and the
looking
other
at?
one
Because
wasn't
I would
torn
love
up.
to see them.
I
I didn't realize that this that would be such a huge part of this episode, or I probably wouldn't have chose it.
Waganoi River, as they were said to viciously attack any fishermen who strayed into their territory. This vicious behavior, however, seems to have abated in more modern encounters, as the beasts in most instances flee on the sight of humans. They're believed from legend to be able to crush any strong Maori warrior with
I have to
ease,
redo
employing
that
their
cluster
large,
there.
powerful hands.
Hi, baby
They're said
man.
to be tool-producing
Mankey's
beasts
gonna
using
jump up
wood
in
and
a minute.
stone. The article
You guys
crafted are
might
said
get
to
a
resemble
visit
those
from-
produced
yep,
by
there he
Homo
is.
erectus hominids.
The lucky
they are mostly
monster.
believed to be an evolved orangutan
Hi,
that
baby.
fled to these
You've been
uninhabited
blessed by the
islands of
lucky
Polynesia.
monstro.
Me.
Yeah.
Come here, bud.
Meanwhile, the
Come here.
Mohaw are depicted as being as tall as
Come
a man,
here.
completely hair covered.
What are you
with
doing?
Marginally ape-like
can't
facial
lay
features.
there,
And with that
pal.
description, I will give you the photo. Well, it's not a photo. I will give you the drawing
Yeah, absolutely.
of this creature that I have here.
Absolutely, puppet. By all means,
what?
please
Are we
do.
gonna have like a thing
Manky
included
bud.
online for everyone
You're
to
so
go
cute.
look at?
Come on.
I'll do a Reddit post where all the photos I'm using are being.
This looks like
uploaded.
somebody
I love you
took a
very
picture
much.
of the
You
forest
can
sit on my
and
lap.
threw a fruit roll up on the camera, man.
Or you
Like,
can
what?
go away.
What the heck?
It's not a photo. It's a drawing. It's an artistic interpretation.
Stop,
No,
yeah.
That's like MS Paint. That's like an AI drawing of Homer
I-
Simpson.
Thank you
love
so much, Puppet.
that they
I
were
appreciate
like,
that very
yeah,
much.
so this is
Everybody,
where my
there's
hand would
the
be. There
links.
was
The
no
Puppet
extension
X
of that's where the
just
hand is.
posted
It's a
them.
drawing of the Patterson Gimlin film, just like on a low-res image of the forest, dude.
I love that. I love that
A
description.
low-res image of the forest.
Man.
But you see what I mean? Like closer to like a Bigfoot.
Okay.
Than like any other
It
creature.
it
Yeah,
do
no,
be
I
looking
mean,
like
exactly like Bigfoot. Like, I mean,
Bigfoot.
except it's done with like a brush tool from 1991. But other than that, yeah.
Yeah. The primary difference from human appearance being the extremely long fingers tipped with sharp talons capable of
That
tearing
do be
apart
looking like
tusks.
This
Bigfoot.
is Sabretooth
Often-
from X-Men.
X-Men 1. I love that scene where he does
I
that
did give him
swirl
lots of
around
pets,
the
but it's
top
so
of the
hot
Statue
that
of
they're
Liberty's,
not
like,
super
crown.
snuggly
Oh,
right now,
yeah,
even though they are
Wolverine,
still
yeah, yeah.
feeling
Was
very
that Wolverine who did that?
affectionate.
I thought that was
They
Sabretooth.
can't
No,
My bad.
Sabretooth was played
And
by,
handle
like, I
hanging
forget who it
out
was,
for
some
too
wrestler.
long.
Hey, Mathis,
Yeah.
do you know what happens to a frog when it's struck by lightning?
What does he say? Does he say
The same thing
what?
that happens to anything else.
Yeah.
That is one of the worst lines I've ever heard in a movie ever. It sucks so bad.
X-Men 1.
It's not cool at
X-Men
all.
1 was before there was superhero movies, guys.
Yeah.
God damn
and
it.
I'm pretty sure I
Kika.
loved that line as a kid. I was like,
Also,
oh hell yeah.
I love that she had an accent in that film. Go back and watch the
yeah, did
trilogy.
she?
Aurora
Kitties
Monroe
know their
has an
bodies and their
accent for some
autonomy
reason in that
must be
film. Even though I guess
respected.
she's
You are a
supposed
good
to,
kitty
but
mommy
she's
for
supposed to be
respecting their
like
boundaries.
that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
No, they
I
got
would
this
never.
real quick.
I give them quick
Primary
pets
difference,
and let them
obviously,
walk
like,
on their
they have
way.
sharp talons, etc. They're
Hi,
often
baby
described as
man.
manimals. It is
Hi.
possible that if these man beasts existed prehistorically, they would have been more than capable of
You're
bringing
very
down
cute.
a large
I love you
moa,
very
for
much.
instance. The large talons spoken of seem to designate this creature's predatory nature. However, large talons are also found elsewhere in the animal
It's
kingdom.
getting
animals
hotter
that rip
in
open,
here.
rotten logs to acquire nourishment. Considering the indigenous Maori used to eat the large, nutritious hoo-hoo grubs, it is not impossible that this
Hoo-hoo
beast
grubs?
may also be insectivorous. Motaw giants are described as being ape-like, around 3 meters tall, slow, clumsy creatures that are of a strong, muscular stature.
Frogs are superconductors
These
of
creatures
electricity.
can be categorized as follows: those that are the stature of an ordinary
That's
human,
not how superconductors
those
work.
that are the stature of the Motaw. So there's like versions that are smaller and versions that are bigger. They come in varying
Like a
shapes
caste
and
system?
sizes. Yeah, I guess so. Like a
Like
caste
workers
system.
and hunters and stuff, foragers.
Like members of the Covenant?
Yeah,
Is that what this is like?
That's what this is. You got it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I would
and elites.
love a
It's
cup of
possible-
coffee right
Yeah,
now,
exactly.
but it's way too
Yeah,
hot.
these are the New Zealand elites. It's possible that some of these man beasts may still exist in the more remote, isolated areas of bush throughout both islands. With habitat destruction and human encroachment, the species, if it survives, must unquestionably be on the brink of extinction or maybe already extinct. It appears the last bastion of the Mohaw is in the Coromandel Ranges, where accounts seem to indicate they resided in their greatest population density.
I'd like to really
Footprints are
briefly
in most
peek at this
instances
pattern.
The main
I'm
evidence of these creatures, very similar to Bigfoot. In 1903, footprints larger than a man's were found in the Karagahake Gorge
Yo.
in Coromandel.
hi, it was you. Okay.
In 1971,
They kept
a trail
pushing
of
it open.
footprints
Did
similar
you get
to a
done
man's,
recording?
though extended in appearance, was located on snow-covered ground and led
Okay.
into a zone of bush on a hillside by a park
I will love a
ranger.
kissy
In
whenever you get a
1983,
second.
There was when a deer hunter chanced upon man-like footprints that could have been no more than an hour
I misread the
old along
pattern and I feel a
riverbank
lot better
in the
about
Heaphy
myself
River
because I
area.
have read
Finding
it
that.
correctly
Can
now.
you just
Just
no
like
one will ever believe you. Like, you know, like
I was
You
worried.
find them, you're like, these are Bigfoot footprints.
And now
I'm gonna
I
go
am
back
not.
and say I found them. Nobody's gonna say that I saw Bigfoot.
Yep. And if you take pictures, nobody's gonna believe
Well,
you.
you gotta take them. You
It's
can't just draw them after the fact.
Right. Yeah. You got to take those pictures first and foremost. And in 1991, campers in the Cameron Mountains of the South Island elected to abandon their camp after finding unusually large man-beast prints near where they were camping.
Man beast.
Yeah, they just mean like large
Yeah, no, I know what
humanoid
they mean.
footprints,
It's
I
just
guess.
like
It's a weird description.
it sounds like
Man-beast
a
prints.
He-Man villain. Man beast.
It
Sounds like
does
what they
though.
call
In-
humans in like some kind of like made up, like, you know, like what they call them in like the whatever those things are in Small Soldiers. The like
Yeah.
Oh my god, I loved that movie when I was a kid. I
never
that
saw
movie
Small
so many
Soldiers.
times. I loved. Oh yes. Oh,
They're
wow,
talking
that's
about
so
it on
good.
Chilluminati
Planet
right
of
now.
the
Flesh.
Apes. But then when they talk about humans, they're like, man,
Yeah.
beast
Hi, babe.
comes.
I love you.
One of my favorite encounters.
It's
happened
great.
in
I'm gonna have to move it
1970
to the other
when a
side,
party of
but
campers also
I'm
abandoned their
very
camp
pleased to
because
not
a
have that
large, what they
stand in
called
here anymore.
man-like creature assaulted them, screaming loudly and hurling rocks at their
Oh
camp.
shit!
Just like this creature comes out of the woods with handfuls of rocks.
Even if that was just like a crazy hermit, that's fucked up.
That'd be terrible.
Yeah.
That's
I
scary.
mean, you're not
in my
missing much
opinion.
but
I
young
would
Kirsten
prefer the
Dunst,
cryptid
so
because
I do
at
not
least
like
then you know
Kirsten
you
Dunst.
You had an
learn of, like, a new
experience, yeah.
creature. Yeah. This is like a crazy
she
wild man.
ruins
Wow, that's
movies for
awful.
me. I bet she's an amazing
That about
person.
wraps
I
up
don't
the
mean to
sightings
talk shit
of
about
this
her as a
creature
lady.
and what it's
I do
all
not like
about.
her acting
Where would
like
you
at all.
boys rank the Mohaw?
Mohaw is.
Then you can
like,
safely
I gotta
skip that
put it
one?
low,
Okay,
like,
perfect.
with Nessie.
Mohaw
I
Funk.
gotta maybe I'm gonna give it
to
number
you?
5, just because here's the thing, like it's better. It's better than
Stop
the, like,
it this minute.
Shark carcass that's Nessie. It's got its own little bit going on, but like low-key, these are just like the same thing as Bigfoot. Like I feel like whatever people see in America that they're saying is Bigfoot, whatever that phenomenon is, whatever the real explanation is, I think it's the same thing in New Zealand. I don't know what that thing is. I don't know if there's a real ape man out there of varying sizes, the elites, the brutes,
The Iron
grunts. I don't
Giant
know
is
what's
one of my
going on out there.
favorite kids movies.
But-
Hog
but,
Hug.
The Wild
you know,
World.
Who's Hog Hug?
That's why I give it 5 instead of 6, but I don't think it's dethroned in LOTR. We got to leave that for the hippopus.
Yeah,
So
this
Mao
is
Ma-
5.
Moa
It's
is
crazy
still
that
number
you
one,
just
then.
said that
For
because
me,
when I was talking
number
about
one,
Kirsten
Moa,
Dunst
but
out
if
loud,
it's a double
he could
list,
only
I
hear
gotta
my
give it
side
to
of the
the Cabagon
conversation,
because
right?
it's more
And
marketable,
he heard
let's be
me
honest.
like essentially talk shit about
Leslie,
her. That
where'd you
feels
put him, number
bad.
5?
But
Yeah, right now my
I'm
4
thinking
I,
6 slot is filled.
he
I'm
knows
waiting for
how
something
obsessed
better
with
to come
Jennifer
along, and so
Aniston I
far,
am. I'm
nothing.
obsessed with her. I love
Nothing
her.
beats Lord of the Rings.
Let me try and
And
sell
he
this
was like,
one
"Are you
to
talking about
then,
Jennifer
boys.
Aniston in
Next
there?"
up is the
To tease
Taniwa.
me.
The Taniwa.
And Jennifer
I like the
Aniston is
name
the
a
voice
lot.
of the mom in that movie.
The Taniwa from Maori mythology are large supernatural beings that live in deep pools and rivers, dark caves. or in
Maori
the
is
sea,
legitimately
especially in
how little
places with
kids say my
dangerous currents
name. It's
or
so
deceptive
wild to
breakers
keep
like
hearing
giant
it over
waves.
and over.
They may be considered
Like I
highly
knew about the
respected
Maori
kaitiaki,
people,
which
but
means
hearing them
protective
say it
guardians
so
of
much.
people and places, or in some traditions, as dangerous predatory beings. For example, they would kidnap women to have as their wives. These things.
What do they have? Institutions of marriage?
Yeah, they have their own marriage system, and they have to kidnap their wives to have them.
Okay.
Linguists have reconstructed the word taniwa, which is from Proto-Oceanic, I guess, of tanifa, meaning shark species. Basically, at sea, a taniwa often appears as a whale or as quite a big shark, like a northern right whale or a whale shark. Compare the Maori name for the great white shark to Mongo taniwa. I guess they're similar in how they kind of use the word.
They're both called Taniwa?
In inland waters, yeah. In inland waters, they may still be of whale-like dimensions, but look more like a gecko or a tuatara, which is a lizard also in New Zealand. So they're like whale-sized geckos,
So
which
we're
is
back
fucking
in Monster Hunter
crazy.
territory,
That's
is what you're saying.
sick. I love
this
the
is very
idea
much
of a
Monster
whale-sized
Hunter
gecko.
territory.
It would
Yeah,
eat
very
me
much.
without a
This is
second
promising
thought,
so
but
far,
I
I
would
gotta
love
say.
it the whole way down.
I agree. That's my, yeah, I agree. I won't say which one's my favorite of them because we still got more coming. The Taniwa have rows of spines along their back as well. Other Taniwa appear as a floating log, which behaves in a disconcerting way. Some can tunnel through the earth, uprooting trees in the process. Legends credit certain Taniwa with creating
idea
harbors
of,
by carving
like,
out a channel to the ocean.
Sandworms and
Wellington's
shit has
harbor,
always been
a
one of my
Wangunai
favorites.
Atara was
Pretty
reputed.
sure it's code for no.
reputedly carved out by 2 Taniwa.
I wouldn't love
according
it
to
like
legend.
that.
The petrified remains of one of them turned into a hill overlooking the city.
What?
Other Taniwa
Crochet me, Zeddy. Thank you so much for the raid, bud. How are you tonight?
Taniwa can be male or female, and is said to have arrived in New Zealand with the early voyaging canoes and her 11 sons.
For those of you that have never heard of me, my name is Zero Doxy. I
canoe,
do
guess, or canoe
creepy
area,
crochet is what we
where they
call it,
apparently arrived
where
from.
we
There's been some
examine
speculation
somebody
based on several
else's
marine
creepy
sightings
content
and
while
on
I
purported habitat
crochet.
and physical representations that the Taniwha myth
Hell yeah,
may be
creepy
based on
crochet is our
periodic
shit.
populations of saltwater
Brenda Thompson
crocodile,
Christie,
which
thank you so
rarely
much
end
for
up
the
crossing
follow. I
strait from
appreciate it very
Australia.
much.
Northern New Zealand presently appears to
Welcome.
be just outside the temperature
Chat room,
range
help me
where a
welcome our new
population could
friends.
sustain itself indefinitely, dying out during unusually
Make sure everybody
cold,
feels
winters.
welcome.
Why
That's like the Yeah,
What,
I
is,
don't know.
what do they
and I
get
don't
up
know
to?
why-
I was thinking you were gonna say they have like
Crochet Me
houses
Zaddy
and
also
stuff. I don't know.
followed. Thank you so much. I'll have
Well,
to
we're gonna get a
take a
little
look
more
at your
into
channel
the
too.
mythology
I
of
love the crafting
So
community
most
here
Taniwha
on
have
Twitch so
associations
much.
with tribal groups.
Queen K
Each group may
Crochet,
have a
how are you doing
Taniwha
today?
of its own, 'cause remember, they
Welcome.
can be guardians. That's what it translates to. The Taniwha Urea depicted.
See you later, Dragon
in
Rana.
this
Have a
picture,
good
which I
night.
will
Thanks
be
for
showing
hanging
you
out.
in a minute. Was associated as a guardian with the Maori people of the Hakuwai district. Many well-known Taniwha arrived in Hawaii, often as guardians of a particular
We often
ancestral
do true
canoe.
crime because
Once
it's the
arrived in
easiest to find,
Aotearoa,
but I'm
they took a
desperate
protective role over the
for
descendants of
good
the crew of the
paranormal
canoe that they
content.
had accompanied. So, like the original Maori people, as they canoed into this area,
I
they were
already
protected by
emailed
the
Slapped Ham. They
the
didn't get back
Taniwha
to
as
me.
their spirit
They're like
guardian,
the only good paranormal
origins of
channel
many
that
other
I've been able to
Taniwha are
find.
actually
Besides, there's
unknown.
one
We don't
other that I
know
haven't
where
emailed
the
yet, but
roots
I
of the others
will
are.
email them very
When accorded
soon.
appropriate
I don't want to say
respect,
who they are
Taniwha
because if they
usually
say no,
acted
I don't
well
want
towards
anybody
their
to
people.
like
Taniwha acted
have
as
a negative
guardians by
impression of
warning
them
the
because
approach
that's
of
their
enemies,
content and they worked
communicating
very
the
hard on
information
it,
via
and
a
I don't
priest who
want
was a
to
medium.
stream it without their
Sometimes the Taniwha
permission.
saved people
And
from harm because they
I would hate
because
for
they lived
anybody
in-
to feel pressured to say yes.
Because they
You
lived
know
in
what I
dangerous
mean?
or dark
And I would
and
hate
gloomy
for anybody to
places,
think
the
ill
people
of
were
somebody who
careful to
doesn't want
placate the
to share
Taniwha
their
with
crafts
appropriate offerings if they needed
on
to
my
be in the
channel,
vicinity
you know.
or to pass by its lair. These offerings were often of green twig accompanied by
Crafty community is the best, yeah,
And in harvest
absolutely.
Time, the first kumara,
Everybody's
which is a
so
sweet potato, or the first
helpful
taro,
and
was often
kind.
presented to the
It makes
Taniwha
me
as
very,
its
very
tribute.
happy.
Arising from the role of Taniwha's as tribal guardians, the word can also refer in a complementary way to chiefs. The famous saying of the Tanui people of the
Right now we're
Waikato
listening
district
to
plays
my
on
friend
this double
Mathis's
meaning.
podcast, the
Waikato
Chilluminati
Taniwha Rau.
Podcast.
Waikato
You guys
of the
should check it
100
out.
chiefs is
If
what it translates
I'm
to,
sure
and
that
Taniwha
at
is
least
part of
some
that-
of you,
that
you're on
dedication.
Twitch, at least some of you have
As their integral
heard
as
of
guardians,
Jesse
Taniwha were
Cox
vigilant
is
to
a
ensure
member
that
of this
the people
podcast,
respected
and
the
their good friend
restrictions
Alex
imposed
Fascian.
by Tapu.
Goth
Tapu
Fairy,
is a
you have found your
Polynesian
home.
traditional
The
concept
goth
denoting
goth
something
aesthetic
holy
is
or
very
sacred.
popular among me and
involved rules,
mine.
prohibitions,
I used to
etc.,
do this
etc.
thing called
Religious rules,
Gothtober,
basically.
where
And these-
every
and
day
Taniwha
I
enforced
would
these religious
every day in
rules.
October
They
I
made
would
certain
put
that
together
any
a
violations of Tapu were
super
punished.
goth look
Taniwha were
and
especially dangerous to
post
people from
the
other tribes that
picture
were
on
not under its
Instagram.
protection. There
But
are many legends of battles with
I am
Taniwha,
poor
both
now,
on land
so.
and at sea, and often these conflicts took place soon after the settlement of New Zealand. Generally, after a Taniwha had attacked
And all my
and
stuff
eaten
is
a
still in
person
the
from a
States.
tribe that it had no connection with. Always, the humans managed to outwit and defeat the Taniwha. Many of these creatures are described as being lizard-like form, and some of the stories say the huge beasts were cut up and eaten by the people who slayed them.
oh yeah, if you guys are
sounds
interested
really
in this
entertaining.
pattern is
Many
it's a
Taniwha
paid
were
pattern,
killers, but
so
in
it's
this
not
particular
free.
instance, Taniwha Kawaware
But it is
was
in the
eventually
bot if you
tamed
do
by
exclamation
Kamure.
point
Kamure
pattern.
lived in Hakuwai and was understood to have a magical power
And,
that was able to defeat the
How to
Manwa.
Tame Your
It'll
Dragon.
take you to Maggie's Crochet. We're making the
I'm on board.
hooded
The
cape or
the
hooded
Manukau
cloak.
people then called
I
a
have already
tamer
made
a
one. It's on
tamer
my
to help
Twitter
kill
from
the
a long time
Taniwha,
ago.
And the two creatures
Uh,
wrestled, and the tamer
well, not that
clubbed
long
the
ago,
Taniwha
like
over the
a
head.
month or
Although he
so
was unable
ago.
to kill it, his actions tamed
I've
the
already made
Taniwha,
one, and I love it so
Kaiware
much. This
still
one that I'm
lives in the
making right
waters,
now
but
is
now
for
lives
my
on,
mother-in-law.
on the food
and
of crayfish and octopus.
I will make
Basically, that's about
more
it. We
to
can
sell
go
in my
into more
shop.
Details, though we've got a couple more I want to get through before we wrap up. This is one of my personal favorites of these. Where
Thank
do
you,
boys sit
Bungie
with the
Fox. Thank you
Taniwha?
very
Campaigning
much.
for number 1 on the Taniwha. I like this.
Taniwha campaigning
It's like a
number
little
1.
Godzilla for everyone. It's like it's like a mix between.
Here's a stone carving of what it would look like as like a gecko type thing.
Like, are you kidding me, dude?
I must say that the Taniwha not only is featured in a lot of popular culture. There's Taniwa stuffed animals. There's a Taniwa Magic the
Hi,
Gathering
sweet
card that's
Minky.
$2.06 on eBay.
My cat is going to jump up on my desk, so you
This
guys
is a
might get
image of
blessed
a
here in a
Taniwa
second.
looking like Alex Fasciani on a beach with
Hi,
his
baby
friends.
man.
Oh, hell
There
yeah.
is the Taniwa #1. Taniwa is
Yep.
killing it right now.
Everybody, I hope you feel
guess
blessed.
there's
This is
a,
the Angel
a
Monstro.
TV show
Come here, baby man.
called Wellington Paranormal, which I think is like
That's related to what
Come
we
here,
do in the
Buster.
shadows, I think.
Yeah. There's an episode where they go find the Taniwa. There is Taniwas everywhere.
I love it.
Huge fan of this.
love it.
This
Come
is
on.
definitely number
Let's
one.
get this guy up
This
there.
is a
Number
solid
one?
one. Yeah.
All right. Is he number 1 for you too? As well,
100%.
Alex? Did he
Taika
bump up
Waititi
Yeah,
did what we
100%.
did in the shadows,
Okay.
and I think that he
All right,
is
we'll go into the next
involved,
one. This
at
next
least as a
one is
producer,
actually originated in
on
Australia. However,
Wellington
there have been claimed
Paranormal.
sightings of
So
this
it's not
in
surprising
New Zealand.
to me that this was on
No,
that
there should be
show.
one
I haven't
more
seen
after
that
this, and then
show.
It should be 6. So
Yeah, I've seen everything else Taika has done because I'm obsessed with him. He's
Hey,
like
Nova
my
Scotia.
favorite.
You already know all about our province's incredible wineries.
Taika is
dining,
everywhere.
and even
Wellington
seaside
Paranormal is the
getaways.
best show. I
So
haven't
show
watched it yet.
your
I
local
should.
love and visit
What We Do in the
novascotia.com
Shadows
to
is
start
my
planning your
favorite comedy
summer
movie by
adventures.
far and away. Hi, Gimmick Gamer. It's good to see
From
you.
stunning parks and historic attractions to big city
Hi,
fun,
Minky. He's just
Nova
on my lap
Scotia
right
has
now,
it
being
all.
so cute.
But you
I'm
already
very
know
sorry
it.
about these ads.
So
I
visit novascotia.com
promise
to plan
you,
all the ways
I,
you can show your local love this summer.
I tried to make sure that this would be an ad-free experience for
this
you
one
guys.
is called the Bunyip. Have you
Bunyip?
boys heard of the
I have
Bunyip
heard of the
before?
Bunyip.
I have an awesome picture of the Bunyip. How about
For the
you,
next
Jesse?
one,
Have you heard of the
I'll
Bunyip?
I'll
I
really
don't
quickly
think
try to
so.
find it on.
All right, I think
If
you're gonna like
actually,
this
if I
picture.
could get
I
one of
think
you
Magic the
to
Gathering
find
when I
the
see this
Jersey
picture.
Devil episode on
it
YouTube and
is.
link it in chat
Oh,
for
yeah,
me,
I mean,
that one probably won't have
is
ads
pretty
because
good,
I
too.
I have
Oh, that
YouTube
guy
Premium
looks
also
awesome.
because I'm
Yeah,
able
he
to
really
tax
does
right
look
that
like
this
stuff.
thing-
Card. You're 100% right there.
Yeah.
But
You were living in
the other
Wellington
guy
until
was a
January.
magic
Are you
card.
still
Yeah,
in New
that's true.
Zealand?
That's true. And also, you know, as a knock against the Bunyip, while it's been seen in New Zealand, it originates in Australia. So is it really a New Zealand cryptid?
That's not like
I'd
as
say-
as somebody who's trying to like, you know, do marketing for New Zealand. I think that's going to be a pain point. We're going to have to figure out some way
I
to
agree.
establish this as New Zealand-esque, if we're going to.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to. But I'll give you the rundown of
Recognized a
its
few faces
origins
on the
coming
show
from
in Australia
The
now. Was in
Bunyip,
Wellington the
which is
past
translated in
9
Aboriginal
years. Wow.
Australian to mean
So,
devil or evil spirit,
like,
also known as the
you
Kion
might have
Prati,
caught
is
some
a
of
creature
Reese
of
Darby's
Aboriginal
stand-up
mythology.
then.
Lives in swamps,
Or,
billy
like,
bones, I love that word, by the way. Creeks, riverbeds, and water holes all over Australia and can be found in New Zealand.
Flight of the
Bunyip
Conchords.
In the Wemba language,
Flight of
means
the
devil
Conchords is
or evil spirit as
definitely
well.
my favorite
Aboriginal
musical
peoples
comedy
used to
group.
tell
I
tales of creatures that stalked
had
the waterways
such a
and ate
huge
any
crush
prey item
on
that came
both of
close.
them.
And the
I think
creature
that
had developed a
Jermaine
taste for
Clement is one of
humans,
the most
mostly
talented
for children.
people
Many of the
of all
modern
time.
sightings
He's
that
so
have come from the
talented.
Australian
It's
people
wild.
come in a wide variety
I
of
love
descriptions:
how much
scaly,
influence from
furry,
David Bowie you
big,
can see in
small,
him. Like,
skinny,
you can
fat,
tell
and so
that
on.
he loves David Bowie,
The
and I
bunyip
love
then
David
is
Bowie.
represented as uniting the characteristics of a bird and an alligator. It has a head resembling an emu with a long bill, at the extremity of which is a transverse projection on each side with
I
serrated
don't like the wording
edges
of
like
that at all.
bone of the
No, I'm out.
stingray.
Transverse projections on each side. I'm out. No thanks.
Yeah. So it's like a sawed bill on the sides.
Like, wait,
Its
I'm trying
body-
to wait. So what does that mean? Is he like
Very
a
familiar
predator? What does
with
that
the
mean?
Conchords.
It looks like
Have
an
seen
emu
Brett
that has, like,
around
a
town a
long
few
bill,
times.
And then the sides of the bill
Tyga
are,
Reese
like,
and the duo
pointed
keep
like a
popping
saw,
up everywhere
like
in
pointed.
Hollywood. Yeah, they're popping
Okay,
off, and
all
I'm
right, I guess I
stoked to
understand
see
that.
it because
Okay,
they
I thought you
deserve
meant, like,
it
his mouth
so
open
much.
like the freaking predator.
Oh, no,
I was like,
no, just a
whoa.
They
little
deserve it
saw-like
so
thing
much.
inside. The hind legs are remarkably thick and strong, and the forelegs are much
Our
longer
flag
than
Means
the
Death
rear,
was a
but still
masterpiece.
of great strength. The extremities are
I
furnished with long
cannot wait
claws,
for there
but
to be another
the,
season of it.
they use,
And
the
What We Do
usual
in the
method of
Shadows is
killing
my
its
favorite
prey is
comedy
by
movie
hugging it
by
to death.
far and away.
When in the water, it swims like a frog, and when on shore, it walks on its hind legs with its head erect, in which position it measures 12 to 13 feet in height.
Don't want to get hugged by it. I don't like that detail. That's creepy to me.
There's a bunch of descriptions for this creature. Some say
Nobody
it has a
feels like
dog-like
finding that
face,
Jersey Devil
dark
YouTube
fur,
episode,
horse-like
Chilluminati
tail,
Podcast for
flippers,
me.
Even just
walrus-like
looking at the
tusks.
Wikipedia,
I don't have
it's
my
like
keyboard.
Every single picture of it is totally different.
If you guys are fine with the ads, though, that's fine too. Oh, gamer, thank you. Yeah, it's Chilluminati Podcast, Chilluminati. And if you just search Chilluminati, the Jersey Devil, it should be the first result. I would be so pleased. Oh, except for you can't post links because you're on YouTube. And YouTube, no matter what I do, like I would have to mod everybody. Thank you so much, Bird. And Gamer, thank you so much for the offer. Noted. I have noted that you are a helpful person. And I owe you many head pats.
There's your bunyip.
Bird, you know you'll get head pats.
Again, definitely has a knock against it because
I like it. I like it. Really. It has like a nice, good cultural background. I like that there's many different descriptions of it. But yeah, it's hard to put it as the emblem of New Zealand.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Where would you put it on your list?
I think I want to put it at number 4.
Okay.
Which head will you be patting is the question. I'll never tell. Wink, wink, wink.
Because
I'm a bad winker. I tried
New
to a
Zealand,
minute
and
ago
I
and it
will
didn't
not
work
have
out.
it higher than the New Zealand things. 6.
All right. Last cryptid, gentlemen.
Don't lie to me. I know I'm no help. But you were helpful. You were.
Paukai, also known as the Hakuwai or the Hokioi. It's a carnivorous bird from Maori mythology. It's described by Sir George Grey, an early governor of New Zealand, as a huge black and white bird with a red crest and yellow tinged wingtips. In Maori legend, the Paukai was said to kill and eat humans. In Maori mythology, the Hakuwai was one of 11 tapu, which means sacred, birds of Raka Mau Mau, the god of the winds.
That's funny.
Hakuwai lived in the heavens and only descended to earth at night, presumably to hunt. It was considered to be a gigantic
Also, Gimmick Gamer,
bird of
I just
prey.
think you're a neato
This
guy.
bird of
I'm
prey
just
has
a
been
fan
killed
of
in
you.
at least 2 separate legends.
It's helpful
In
that
one,
you're just here.
Puakai was killed by Pungarehu, Pungarehu with a stone axe to help the Nukumai Tor, a race of fairies. So basically, this guy was enlisted by fairies to help kill this giant bird. Hauotarora also led a band of 50 men to kill one that had been targeting a local village by luring it into a hole, which caught the beast and allowed the men to kill it before ascending Mount Tarawara to finish off its young. So they went like, that's hardcore. They killed the beast and they were like, you know what? Let's also go kill this thing's children.
So, okay.
Hearing the call of the Hakuwai was considered to be a bad omen, traditionally presaging war. Ornithologists in New Zealand believe the myth related to an unknown real-life bird species. As to whether it is a species that is extinct or still alive is unknown. Mention of the Hakuwai has occurred in Maori mythology throughout New Zealand for centuries. Since European settlement of the main islands, direct experience of the Hakuwai via its call is largely restricted to the Mutton Birds Island, several small islands in the vicinity of the Fovo Strait and Stewart Island. The islands have no permanent human residents but are visited seasonally from mid-March to the end of May for mutton birding, the harvesting of sooty shearwater chicks for food and oil.
Oh, Crochet Me Zaddy. Did you see that new song that Brett recently put out that isn't a comedy song? Oh, I can't remember what it's called, but it's absolutely lovely. It's a beautiful song. It's a little bit upbeat. You should look it up. It's a non-comedy song. It's just about love.
What?
It is most often
it's so good. You should Google it real fast. I mean, if you're a fan of Brett, you'll probably like it.
So that's the
it's
Paukai.
very good.
This thing just sounds like it's real.
Also, have you ever talked to him?
Yeah,
Was he nice? Tell me
and it
everything.
apparently eats people.
I stand. Like, I would be starstruck for sure if I ever saw him or Jermaine anywhere.
I mean, big eagles and stuff, like you said, is not necessarily.
Also, bless them for bringing us Kristen Shaw.
Fantastical about
like,
this bird
bless them for that.
compared to the other things. It is heavily culturally relevant. It's kind of pretty. Do we have a good picture of it?
Brett Jermaine was my absolute favorite part of my favorite Disney movie,
Wikipedia.
Moana. You panic every time you see him. I would too. I would too. No judge. Don't feel like
Yeah, that's. I think we're looking
silly
at
or
the same
weird
example.
for that
Is this
because
are you looking at the
100%.
image of
Like, I'm a pretty
attacking
confident
the
person, but
other
I would not
birds?
be able to just walk
Yes,
up and be
yeah,
like, oh my
yeah.
god, I'm a huge fan.
Kono Korfa
You were sitting behind him on a bus and just froze. He
Oh, I'm
takes the
looking at
bus.
attacking those big ass birds we talked about.
Guys,
at the
we just
beginning,
learned-
which to me places it above that.
We just learned that Brett
The
takes
Moa?
the bus.
This is what I've
this
got.
guy can attack the Moa. This guy is above the Moa.
Is this not the right bird that I'm looking at right now?
The thing you linked me to sent me to an empty page.
What? Wikipedia?
Alex, are you okay?
I sent you to a Wikipedia.
Are you guys
page.
not seeing this?
I'm not seeing it.
All right, I'm gonna link it again.
He
You guys
cycles
really haven't seen
everywhere.
this?
He was also with his kids, so probably a bit busy. Yeah, that's super fair. I wouldn't want to
Oh,
if he
you know
was with
why?
his children.
Your link, for some reason, the very last bracket is like not clickable. It's like a regular text.
What
That's
the
why.
hell?
I got it now.
Okay, so
That's
what you're
weird.
looking at is 100% not what we're talking about.
Yeah,
My
no,
favorite
that
Flight
looks
of the
like a cheat.
I
Conchords
know. That's what I'm
song
saying, but it says it's the Hakuwai.
is the one when Brett is.
Hokioi.
It's from the David Bowie
Right, that's
episode,
what you said,
actually.
right?
It's from
Hakuwai. No,
the
yeah, that's a
episode of the
picture
show.
supposed Hakuwai. The one I sent you just looks
when
like a
Brett is
giant
depressed,
Yeah, we're
and
talking
Jermaine
about
sings to him. He's
yeah,
like,
this one
Brett,
looks
you
way
got
dope
it
compared to that
going
one.
on.
This looks like the predator that you said it had.
Why
at
can't a
the beginning of
heterosexual
the
guy
episode.
tell a heterosexual
Yeah,
guy that
doesn't
he
it? It
thinks
does
that his
kinda sound
booty
like
is
that. It
fly?
does look
I would
rather
love
look
to
like that
see
and
this
seem like
happen
that.
in real life.
Brett, you got it going
That
on.
would be fun to watch. Where would you rate it, boys?
I'm gonna put this one at number 3.
The music is ageless 100%.
This is
fair.
This is my 4 because the first guy,
Brett is
Lamari,
Stacy's
was,
mom. No, you
5.
stop it. You stop it right now.
This is my
We will
3. You're
never
absolutely right. This is
compare
3,
Flight of the
45,
Conchords to the
rear
song
carcass.
Stacy's Mom.
No, wait,
I hate that
4,
song
4.
so much.
Australian guy
Bunny for
6.
6.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
Rage
The one that I think
when
we
it.
all
I
agree is the
hate that
Tawny
song.
Tawny Wa.
I
It's
don't even know why.
it's
Probably
so
because I had a hot
solid,
mom.
Yeah.
And, like, my friends were all like, I would fuck your mom.
Like 100% my favorite one.
It's like, yeah, I know you would.
Better than Lord of the Rings.
Thank
I'm
you,
gonna say,
and
as
pipe
a
down.
representative of the culture of New Zealand, 110%. Yes.
All right. I don't think I would want to replace Lord of the Rings with
You
it,
can
though.
still have Lord of the Rings. You just, when we talk about New Zealand, people should.
Also,
be
that
like,
was the end of the name Stacy.
Sure. You know what? Yeah, I lost
Yeah.
sight. I lost sight
Like,
of the
no
criteria
lady
we were
except
looking
for
at.
I have
a
no
like
idea.
terrible
It's got numbers,
narcissist
so it's all right. It's
would
fine.
call their daughter Stacy
Taniwa,
after
I
that.
agree. Should be the draw of New Zealand.
Also, doesn't Brett-
government, if you're
I
listening
think
to us,
Brett,
your favorite
yeah,
podcast,
spells his
please-
name
This
with one
clearly
T.
is important because you look it up and there's so much
He's
Taniwa
awesome.
stuff.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised I hadn't heard of it.
Why
thought
can't
that
I
was
think
a
of
super-
his
We're doing a
last
show in New
name
Zealand,
right
we're doing-
now?
It's all gonna be Taniwa themed.
Hell yes.
I would so be down for that. All right, y'all. That's going to wrap it up here for Illuminati Podcast
Oh.
episode 146. We are off to the Patreon.
Mackenzie,
to do a
that's right.
minisode where we're gonna
Thank
talk
you.
about, I don't know,
Brett
the
Mackenzie
weird
and
news that we
Jermaine
found
Clement.
throughout the
They're
week.
phenomenal. I
last
love
time
those
our
boys.
go, ChilluminatiPod.com.
I love these boys.
The live show is
Y'all
126,
definitely,
Austin, Texas, in
definitely
the parish.
follow
Get
the
your tickets
Chilluminati
now before they're
podcast
sold
if you
out.
like creepy stuff. They don't just do
ChilluminatiPod.com. Just click on
cryptids.
the
They do
poster
true crime.
and
They
buy
do
your tickets.
paranormal
Thank you
stuff.
guys
They
so
do
much
a
for
lot of
listening.
alien
We'll see you next
stuff.
time.
Bye.
Bye.
Anyway, me and my wife were sitting outside indulging on our porch one night, enjoying ourselves. I needed to go to the bathroom, so I stepped back inside, and after a few moments, I hear my wife go, "Holy shit, get out here." So
You're
I
on his
quickly dash back
his
outside,
Spotify right now, yeah.
She's looking up at the sky in awe. I look up too, and there's a perfect line of dozen lights traveling across the sky.
I like what they have done. I feel like they have made this podcast much more produced than it used to be, and I'm stoked about it. These guys do great work. You guys would love Chilluminati. If you're not following them, absolutely please do. Dundybug, thank you so much for the follow and welcome. What a cute name you have. Everybody join me in making Dundybug feel welcome. Got a dash, but thank you for the post-stream hangs. Yeah, absolutely. Have a good one. Thanks for the raid. I can't wait to check out your stream. All right, guys, it's time right now for us to have a little break. Get up and touch your toes if you're able. Get some good stretching in. Grab yourself some water. It's a scorcher out there. If you're in Australia like Zaddy, then bundle up, whatever you got to do. We will be back in 3 to 10 minutes, and then we'll listen to another episode. We're going to listen to the Jersey Devil, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hi guys, I'm back. Are you guys ready for the next episode? If I could get 3 readies in chat, we'll get right back to work here. I got myself some coffee like a loser. I knew I would. So hot, man. Bird, if you can hear this, good night. I love you. Yeah, we're about to do the Jersey Devil, and I'll hit play as soon as we have 3 readies in chat. I just want to make sure that people are back. And I think that 3 will do the trick. Thank you, Bungie. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Rabbit. All right, excellent. By the way, I went and thank you, Gamer. Thank you, Gimmick Gamer. I looked at that Crochet Me Zaddy's channel. That's somebody that we rated a while ago. I already follow them, and I remember now. I feel bad that I didn't recognize the name, but you guys should definitely follow that guy. Definitely.
Welcome back to the Chilluminati Podcast, episode 127. As always, I am one of your hosts, Mike Martin, joined by the Wazzlebug and Hoodle-Doodle-Bird of LA.
Whoa!
Alex and Jesse. You don't get that reference yet, but you will soon.
I thought that we opened a fucking portal into your this one.
Hold on, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get some captions for you guys for this one. Trying to think of an elegant way to do that. And I think the way that we have to do it is like this. Give me 1 second. Let's do this. Okay. So sorry. One moment. Fuck. There is no elegant way to do it. I just realized. Well, we can do it like this at least, and I will full screen it, and then that should do the trick, I hope. It's not going to. Oh, it is. It is. Maybe.
Tape that I listened to when I was a toddler.
No.
Wait. Oh, hold on.
Like my grandma always used to call me Kitty Kadoonzer. And I was like,
there we go.
I was like, what is Kitty Kadoonzer? I still don't know.
I have no idea, but that's it just that seems like it's a fun thing to say.
I realize
that's sometimes all you need.
In your life, you will always have those things where you think everyone understands.
This is about the
reference.
Jersey Devil in particular, Gimmick Gamer.
Reference Mr. Mustard Goes to the Zoo. That's a book I don't think anyone has ever read, ever.
I don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
No, me either.
Like
I'm
the
so sorry about
Ford
the mouse
jingle.
for a second
Yes.
there.
I wish that everybody lived in Southern California so that I could tell them to
All
go
right.
see Cal and they
Here
would
we
know what I'm
go.
talking about. But no one does.
You
Even though it's
won't
been
get a
around for
lemon
40 years.
at Toyota of Orange, Alex.
I wouldn't have got a lemon. That's doubly worse because not only are we the only 2 people on the podcast from this area that are going to hear this, we also are old enough to be listening to the fucking actual FM radio to catch that ad.
I used to listen to the FM radio all the
Where you can be
time.
Like, Mike Diamond.
Yeah.
And I think I'm like
Anybody-
5
I'm
years
sure
younger
FM
than
radio's
those
still
guys.
pretty popular for people who
No.
drive.
No.
No, it's not. No.
It's dead. It's dying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's people who do listen to it, but between not listening to the radio and fucking what's that other shit called? XM, Sirius.
Oh yeah, Sirius XM and all
Was
that shit.
Sirius XM used to be 2 things and now they're 1 thing?
Yes,
Is
it
that what
used to be
happened?
Sirius, and then XM, and then became Sirius XM. Here's the thing. I use that service and unabashedly love it.
Did it
It's
just
so
come in
good.
your
Yo,
car and you never canceled
Sirius
it?
XM
Oh, yes,
rules,
absolutely.
especially if you like
I'm pretty sure that's every single person
But
who
here's
has
the thing.
Sirius.
It isn't because I have not used
the Jersey Devil is a
radio
cryptid,
in 5
Gimmick
years.
Gamer.
Yeah,
Sirius XM is really awesome if you like
NPR sometimes, but that's it.
sports
And
or
it's
if you
boring.
like
Oh,
stand-up
like Sirius
comedy.
XM, bruh?
Right.
I
right,
fucking
right.
love that
I'm not
shit.
even gonna lie.
I will
still
never
listen to
pay for it,
my
but
old
like whenever I have a
Boston
car
home
rental or
station
whatever,
pop
I'll pay the
music when I
extra
get in the
$8
car
or
through
whatever to
iHeartRadio.
get it.
There you go.
You're like,
know
I
why.
need my taste
Makes
of
me-
home.
It's
Well,
nice.
You're not
Literally is my
listening to
taste
the
of home.
radio terrestrial. Like you're not listening to the things you can
you're
just
not
tune
picking
into.
up.
I think I need to wind this yarn really
no,
quick,
no,
you guys. I'm so
It's a
sorry.
good one. Yeah.
It just
Yeah,
needs
well,
to be
classic one.
You
done.
throw on the radio when you go get your Dunkin'. Do they
Yeah,
have
I'm trying to
Dunkin'?
crack it, trying to figure out what it is they're trying to tell me.
Yeah.
But
Go to the
no, when I go
drive-thru.
listen, there's only one Dunkin' near me, and it's awful. It's awful.
I think some people might say to that
Tim Hortons
all
is
of
so
them
much better than Dunkin'
Listen,
Donuts.
I agree with you. Dunkin'
I
Donuts
do
is
love
not
Dunkin'
good, but
Donuts
in
creamer,
terms of
though.
even Dunkin'
Shit's-
standard
that
is a
shit
step
rules.
below.
It's amazing.
But you know, speaking of a step above, that's what people need to do if they want to go to patreon.com/Chilluminati You have to step above the rest of the internet because that's what our Patreon site is. It's really one of the better sites.
I don't know if
out
I'm gonna
there.
be
It's one
able
of
to
my
do
favorite
this.
Websites, mostly
Fuck
because
it. We'll just
it's
crochet
one of the only
and make
ones
it a
that sends
pain.
me
Whatever.
huge amounts of money every month. But I love that you
Excuse
guys
me.
go there, and
Sorry.
I love that you support us because it means that we get to do this. You know what I mean? And we get to do this every week. What do you mean? What are you talking about? This is I'm just chatting with my friends, the listeners.
Right.
You know
My
what I
bad.
mean?
I'm just
My
letting
bad.
it happen, man. I'm enjoying
I just
whatever
want to tell
Riley's
them
giving
all
us.
the great benefits that are available on that website that you can sign up for at various levels. You know what I mean? There's art. There's the mini-sodes. I mean, what is there to even say about those? You know what I mean?
Right.
The mini-sodes. I mean,
I know they're great.
one is going to come out right after this, and I'm not going to tell you guys exactly what it's about, but I want to see if I
Mine's good.
can't.
Mine's good today. I got a good story today.
You got a good story? Well, look, I'm not going to tell you exactly what my shit is, but I am going to.
Alex?
I'm trying to pull this out of the source code, and it's not working. But it's a PNG of a reptilian, and I really want you guys to see it.
I'm so excited. I can't
It's
wait.
a PNG of a reptilian. That's my favorite part.
Cannot wait.
Is there some way that I could just drop an image in this chat?
In
Does it
Zoom?
work?
No fucking idea.
Zoom chat doesn't support images. Is this real, guys?
Does
Get
not.
with the times. Zoom.
2021.
I don't
Come on,
understand why
Zoom.
they
What am I
use
paying you
Zoom but
for
don't
50
include
If
their
this
very
was
handsome
Discord,
faces.
Zoom?
I don't understand.
This was Skype.
I never will understand.
Zoom?
If this was Microsoft Skype, what the hell are we
What
doing
a
here?
great. Can you believe we used that service for as long as we did?
Yeah. Is this
With
the
all
old
those
man
freaking YouTube
podcast
chat
where we remember
rooms and
old
all that
stuff?
shit. All
Oh,
those
hey,
YouTuber chat rooms.
Remember Sarsaparilla?
You guys remember
Boy.
before they had a thin PS3 and it was just a fat PS3? Remember when
I
the
do.
PS3 used to play PS2?
I do. I had
Remember
one of
that?
those. I remember.
that.
The days.
Oh, do you remember the old Taco Bell
remember when the
menu?
PS2 came out.
Oh, good. Remember that? Oh,
All right,
man.
Grandpa. It's time to talk
you
about
remember
food
that?
stuff.
Lilith! Thank you so much for the 11
Little
months.
chili
You're
cheese
amazing.
burrito. No, we haven't had that in Southern California.
How are
in
you?
30
It's
years.
good to see you.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, let's pull you into the world of what we're doing. See, today actually initially was going to be a lighter-hearted episode. It is a cryptid episode, as may have come to your
What
knowledge
happened
when I called
to
it.
change that?
Well, when I started doing research and I grabbed the book I wanted to read for it, everything changed. I learned a lot more.
CB!
about it. It's
Turns
still going to
out-
be one.
You're back
it's not
and
gonna be
over COVID.
multifaceted,
Hell
but
yeah. I'm happy to
today,
hear that you're
we're
over
talking about
COVID.
something we
Man,
should
that
have
shit's
talked
a
about
bitch.
already,
I'm
but we
sorry it
haven't.
happened to
None
you.
other than the
I
Jersey
still
Devil.
haven't gotten it, but I know I will. I know it's just a matter of time.
Devil?
We have not. Not in this depth. No.
Wow.
And I'm going to cite my main source today. It's simply a book called The Secret History of the Jersey Devil. Now, this book is extremely useful.
Oh, I'm
because
hanging
it
in there,
truly
Lilith.
dives
I'm
into
hanging
where
in
the
there.
Jersey Devil came from, which is what we're going to talk about. But it is so boring and so dry and so hard to get through. So just, if you're going to get it, be ready because
Way
it's
to
presented
promote.
like a lecture, man. It's rough. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. If you
How
for
can a
people who
book
read
about a
along with us, I
cryptid
want
be
you to know this is not like a
boring?
Harold
That's
Schechter book.
wild.
What is the name of this book?
Oh,
It's called
I said I'm sorry that
History of the
happened to
Jersey
you.
Devil.
That you got COVID. I didn't know that you got it. I just said that I'm lucky enough to have not had it yet, but I know it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, but it is written like a lecture. It is, and if you want the subtitle, the subtitle to the book is "How Quakers, Hucksters, and Benjamin Franklin Created
The
a
plane
Monster."
back was full of death. I'm so sorry.
Subtitle books are
Did
always luxury books.
The authors Brian Regal
did your
and
wife?
Frank J.
I
It's
don't want
sequel, if you
to
guys have
dox
any interest in
her.
reading it. However, getting a
Did she
hardcover
manage
is, like,
to
super
escape it, or did
expensive,
she
so
get it
grab
too?
paperback or Kindle if you can. Regardless, that's what we're talking about today: the Jersey Devil. The story of the Jersey Devil is a long-standing American tradition in the world of horror and cryptids.
Better internet now, hell yeah.
Some form or another for close to 300 years.
Oh, that's so
The
exciting.
Jersey Devil
You gave it
hasn't
to her. Oh
always been
no.
known by that name, though.
Is she
Besides
feeling
the
better?
Jersey Devil,
Send her
it's
my
had a couple
love.
of weird ones after some deep internet research, including the Gwink and not. Now, if you look up the Gwink, you're gonna think twink sounding. It's according to the Urban Dictionary, it is the female version of a twink. In case you're curious.
I just looked up a gwink. Yes, it is a girl twink, according to Urban Dictionary.
It
Okay.
sounds like some type of pale, sort of like long-nosed, long-fingered guy with greasy hair who wears like a domino mask.
When I hear gwink, I think of like
coming out. It looks like they're supposed to
like
come
a
out of his
pixie.
mouth, but he's a cartoon, so it's coming out of his nose, like the bottom of his nose is just two like rabbit teeth. He's the gwink. That's what he
sound like? What does the Gwink sound like?
I'm the gwink, you bitch. That's what he says.
You bitch. That's his
You
catchgame's.
bitch.
Actually, two other definitions.
she's
I
trying to
think,
sleep
fit
behind me. She's still
with that,
suffering. I
Alex.
just have that tasty
There's-
cough.
First off,
Aw.
a gamer twink is a gwink.
Oh,
And
All right.
know a couple of those.
A horny wink is a gwink. As in,
What is
dude, I think she gwinked at me.
I
So there you
don't
go.
want anybody to say gwink. I don't want the word to come out of anyone's mouth, dude.
That last one got me.
The
That
gwink
last
sounds
That
like
girl
somebody.
winked at me.
Yo, she gwinked, dude. Yo, that
Damn,
gwink
dude.
gwinked. That gwink gwinked. You
The
could, you
gwink
could double up
sounds
the
like
meanings.
an urban legend.
She says
that
I'm
my
full of
grandma
crap and
believed
she's
in. Like, I
mostly
don't know what
okay.
that is.
Well,
I
make
don't
sure
believe
that you
the
take
word
care
You
of
can actually-
her.
Matt is
I know
right.
you
You
are.
can be a gaming
Yes.
twink, girl twink who gwinks. You can be a gwink who gwinks. Love it.
I'm glad that she got to
Like,
visit home for a little
lazy.
bit,
That's
at
like,
least.
That's like gwink, like it's like gwink.
I
with,
imagine
like, 3 eyes.
how homesick I am, and I don't even like America anymore. I imagine it was probably fucking worth it. I'd get COVID to visit home for a little bit.
The Wazzlebug and the Hoodle Doodle Bird.
Oh, that's us.
That's you guys. Yeah, you're a bunch of Jersey
Okay,
Devils
all of
out
these.
in LA.
Can I just say all of these sound like they were from the days of vaudeville? Like I don't know what
They straight up
the
do,
Hoodoo
though. He's
Doodle
not
Bird?
lying.
That sounds like some shit that like. You know, like somebody in a suit that has like that looks like a parachute is gonna be like.
She loved every minute. Next on the docket is her parents coming here. Oh, that's so nice. You just missed the New Zealand episode. We listened to an entire episode about New Zealand cryptids.
Which is it's like a cockatrice-looking creature, more or less. Which it does fit certain descriptions of the Jersey Devil, which we'll get to a little later. But other than Wazzlebug and Hoodle Doodle Bird and all that other nonsense, it's mostly known as either the Jersey Devil or, quite simply, the Leeds Devil. And the Jersey Devil's origin story.
Look at that
will
VOD
certainly
later, maybe.
explain to why.
We didn't
I'm gonna
talk
read
about
you
it
one
a
of the
whole
most
lot,
well-known
but
stories as to
we
how
listened
this
to the whole
creature came
thing.
about. Legend has it that in 1735, a Pines resident known as Mother Leeds found herself pregnant for the 13th time. It's important to note.
Jesus.
It is important to note at this time too that the Leeds are the names of the earliest New Jersey settlers, and a ton of Leeds families actually can still be found through New Jersey today. They're still
Damn.
commonly throughout the state.
The 13th child.
Yes, 13th child. How would you feel if you were about to have your 13th child?
I'm scared
What?
to even have one.
First off, terrible. I'd be like, how did I have 12
a
already?
decade of like I mean
That's a lot.
I don't even
That's a
know
lot
how
of
I would have
babies,
given
dude.
birth to them, but here they are. No, all right. Hey, shout out to gamers out there. If you played the game Inscription, I now get the reference in the game.
Inscription
Oh, did I just
rules.
put a puzzle piece
Inscription's
together for you?
so
I didn't even
fucking
know. I
good.
never played Inscription yet.
There's a card called the 13th Child. And
There you go.
Something
It's a
happens
Jersey
to that child on a certain turn, and now I.
It's called Child
Did he get
13,
sick?
but that's
Great.
okay,
Did he get a
Jesse.
sick
love that.
PS1
That's
game
okay.
made about him that I've never played, but I can remember the ad like it was printed yesterday?
I do not know what you're talking about.
The Jersey
unfortunately.
Devil
The Jersey
game.
Devil game. It existed.
I didn't know that. That's
Oh,
crazy.
man. That's who I'm imagining right now. He kind of looks like he could be the Gwink too.
Love it. For poor Mother Leeds, now on her 13th child, she was not living a wealthy lifestyle by any means. Her husband,
I don't
her
think
husband was
a
drunkard
very
who
wealthy
made few
person who
efforts to
had
provide for
13
his
kids
wife
would live a
and
very
his
wealthy
12
lifestyle.
children, reaching the point of absolute
You just have kids
exasperation
falling
upon
out
learning of
behind
their
you
13th
wherever you
child.
go.
The mother raised her hands to the heavens
They
and
don't feed
proclaimed,
and clothe
"Let this one
themselves."
be a devil." Mother
Why?
Leeds, because she was sick of having babies. She was sick of having babies. Dude, again, 13th
Postpartum
kid,
is
you
a hell
have
of
to
a
now
drug.
raise, your 13th child, the 13th toddler phase, the 13th elementary school phase, the 13th teenage phase.
And
that
so
sounds
at
like
the
it
end,
sucks.
so at the end of all that, she was like, "I want this one to be even worse than all the rest."
I mean, okay, you have a point, I guess. All right, I don't know why she would do that, but
Did
she
you
did.
know
Maybe
that-
she's just frustrated and maybe just mad that her husband was drunk on a night of pure anger.
Did you know that the
How-
Jersey Devil from the game has a nemesis called Dr. Narf?
Dr. Narf.
Well, maybe he'll pop up in the real story too.
Yeah, maybe.
I have a feeling he won't, but we'll see. I
Pretty
guess.
sure. I mean, I don't know about the dinosaurs or the mutated vegetables, but
Yeah, I don't know about those either. Blue light has been my arch nemesis for years. Gives me headaches, keeps me up late at night, and I can't get away from the screen.
He has
because
complained
I know it's
about
my
that.
business, so
I-
I'm always
I
working
have
on the
had
computer. Luckily, thanks to Felix
conversations
Gray, a lot of those issues have been alleviated.
with
Felix
Mathis
Gray are the blue light
about
glasses
blue
that
light.
started it all. 5 years ago, Felix Gray realized and set out to create eyewear that would improve daily screen time. And since then, Felix Gray has been on a mission to create a better relationship with technology. Felix Gray lenses filter 15 times more of the most important blue light. Whether you're heading back to the office, back to school, or back to whatever, these glasses will help. Unlike other blue light glasses that put a film over the lens, Felix Gray builds the filter right into the lens.
Damn.
Count on Felix Gray. Visit FelixGrayGlasses.com.
Felix big ballin' over here.
Non-prescription and prescription are available. Check them out now at FelixGrayGlasses.com.
I should get some blue light glasses.
That's FelixGray glasses.com/chill. Free shipping,
Slash
free
chill.
returns, free exchanges. FelixGrayGlasses.com/chill. Continue on. Mother Leeds, a few months later, finally went into labor. On a tumultuous, stormy night, no longer mindful of the curse she had uttered previously regarding her unborn child. Her children and husband huddled together in one room of their Leeds Point home, while local midwives gathered to deliver the baby in another. By all accounts, the birth went routinely, and the 13th Leeds child was a seemingly normal baby boy. But within minutes, Mother Leeds' unholy wish of months ago began to come to fruition. The baby started to change and metamorphosized right before her very eyes. Within moments, it transformed
This
from a
is so
beautiful
silly.
newborn baby into a hideous creature unlike anything the world
Is
had
blue
ever
light
seen.
bad because my front porch is a
The
blue
wailing
light?
infant began
Blue light
growing
is
at an
like it's a
incredible rate.
wavelength.
It
It's
sprouted
not just
horns
the
from atop
color
its
blue.
head and talon-like
It's
claws
Like
tore through its
instantly grew.
fingertips.
Like, it
like you
became
know
an
how there are
adult?
different
Within
forms of
minutes,
light, like
within minutes, this
UV
all
light
happened.
or like
Claws
black
tore through the
light.
baby's fingertips. Leathery bat wings unfurled from its back, and hair and feathers.
Also,
sprouted
blue light.
all
It's
over
not
the
bad.
child's
It just
body.
it will help,
Its eyes.
or it will make it more difficult
Oh,
for you to
puberty's
fall
rough on
asleep.
this one.
It's
13th child
Oh,
problems.
jeez.
you should look
Its
into it because
eyes
I'm not
began
a
glowing bright
scientist.
as they grew
I
larger in the monster's gnarled
certainly
and
am no
snarling
expert,
face, and the creature savagely attacked its own mother, killing
and I
her,
don't want to give you
then turned its attention
misinformation.
to the rest of the horrified onlookers
But
who
you should look
witnessed
at it.
its
It
tempestuous
comes from
transformation.
screens mostly, like
It flew at them,
TVs and
clawing
computers and your
biting,
phone and
voicing
stuff.
unearthly shrieks the entire time.
It's
It
like
tore
it's not gonna
midwives
make you
limb
sick
from limb,
or hurt you
maiming
or
some
nothing,
and
as
killing
far as I
others.
know.
I know it's very violent.
But it
didn't know
does
what their
throw
job
off your
was.
circadian rhythm and stuff.
It was your fault that I'm in this world. Die! The monsters then knocked down the door to the next room where its own father and siblings cowered in fear and attacked them all, killing as many as it could. Those who survived to tell the tale then watched in horror as the rotten beast sprinted to the chimney and flew up it, destroying it on the way and leaving a pile of rubble in its wake. The creature then made its escape into the darkness and desolation of the Pine Barrens, where it has lived ever since. To this day, the creature, known varyingly as the Leeds and the Jersey Devil, claims the Pine Barrens as its own home and terrorizes any who are unfortunate enough to encounter it. That's the basic, generalized story of how the Leeds Devil came.
That's
to
his
be.
origin story.
That's like his origin story. Yeah. In the 18th and 19th century, the Jersey Devil was spotted sporadically throughout the Pine Barren region, frightening local residents and any of those brave enough to traverse the vast undeveloped expanses of New Jersey's southern reaches. Unearthly wails were often reported emanating from the dark forests and swampy bogs, and the slaughter of domesticated
Get very
animals
nauseous and
would
disoriented with
invariably
it.
be
Yeah,
attributed to the phantom
you
of the
might benefit
pines,
from a
the
pair of
Jersey
blue light
Devil.
glasses then. That
Over
might
the
help you
years,
out a
the
lot.
legend of
That
the
might
Leeds
really
Devil
improve
grew,
your life.
occasionally even overstepping the boundaries of its rural
Then again,
Pine
less screen
Barrens
time would
haunt to
probably improve
terrorize
all of our
local
lives,
towns and
hey?
cities. But one short spurt of time sticks out amongst most. The most infamous of these incidences occurred during the week of January 16th through January 23rd in 1909. Early in the week, reports started emerging from all across the Delaware Valley that strange tracks were being found in the snow. The mysterious footprints went over and under fences, through fields and backyards, and across the rooftops of houses. They were even reported in large cities of Camden and Philadelphia. Panic immediately began to spread, and posses formed in more than one town. Fear and intrigue grew even greater when it was reported
Is this
that
part
bloodhounds
real?
refused to follow the unidentified creature's trail in Hamilton. Schools closed or suffered low attendance through lower New Jersey and in Philadelphia. Mills in the Pine
Blue light
Barrens
coatings
were
are a
forced
must
to
for you,
close,
yeah.
and workers refused to leave
They
their
help.
homes and travel through the woods to get to their jobs.
I wonder if you can get
Eyewitnesses
blue light
spotted the
contact
beast in Camden
lenses.
and in Bristol, Pennsylvania, and in both cities, police fired on it but did not manage to bring it down. A few days later, it reappeared in Camden, attacking a late-night meeting of a social club and then flew away. Earlier that day, it had appeared in Haddon Heights, terrorizing a trolley car full of passengers before also flying away.
Flux is a really great
saw
program. I
away
can't
at
use
it
it with
and then
streaming
just
because
took
it
off.
interacts with OBS weird.
Witnesses claimed that it looked like a large flying
But I highly
kangaroo.
recommend it to anybody that doesn't
Another
stream or
trolley
record.
car
It
full of people
discolors
saw it
my
in Burlington
my
when it
picture
scurried
input.
across the tracks in front
It's
of their
so
car.
weird.
In West Collingswood, it appeared on the roof of a house and was described as an ostrich-like creature. Firemen turned their hose upon it, but it attacked them and then flew away. The entire week, people reported that their livestock, particularly their chickens, were being slaughtered.
Did it
This
have
was
bat
most-
wings?
They don't specify the kinds of wings that they saw on it, simply that it looked like a flying kangaroo.
Like
or
I'm
a-
just saying like
Like a flying kangaroo.
I've seen a million
I know.
million pictures of the Jersey Devil.
Sure,
not,
sure.
Not counting the purple Bat Boy cartoon character from the video game.
Of course.
The only one I've ever seen looks almost like he's got like a goat head, bat wings, like a little body. And one guy says ostrich and one guy says kangaroo. And I just gotta think.
Oh,
I'm
no.
just thinking to myself, like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah,
I
we're
messed
gonna get
up
to
back
whether
here.
they're
I'm
actually
gonna
true or
have to
not,
frog a
obviously,
little
later.
bit here.
But there's a few more of these that happened in the week. The marauding cryptid later reappeared later in the week in Camden, where a local woman found the beast attempting to eat her dog.
What?
She then grabbed her broomstick, ran over and smacked it, and it flew away. Yeah, apparently some woman in 1909 saw the thing trying to devour her dog. Now, I don't know how common giant birds of prey were back then, but hawks and stuff, people don't realize how big those things are.
Yeah,
So if this
eagles
giant bird
in
came to
particular
kill a
are
tiny
fucking
dog, I wouldn't
huge.
necessarily be surprised.
And
especially
eagles
back
definitely
then,
live in the
like
Pine Barrens,
1909, where a lot of
100%.
land is still open farmland and stuff.
Yeah, it's like just like it's like wild animal
I've
wilderness.
convinced
Yeah,
myself
exactly,
that I'm an
exactly.
alien from planet Earth.
While there
The
has
two
not
things are
been another
mutually
week to
exclusive,
match
bud.
the frequency, fervor, and intensity of the January 1909
You can't be an
rampage,
alien from Earth unless you're on
numerous
another
sightings of the Jersey
planet.
Devil have continued to be reported to this day.
Silly
The
goose.
tale of the devil has spread beyond the Pine Barrens and has been embraced by all of New Jersey, even to the point where it has been largely commercialized. The devil is portrayed in toys, on t-shirts, and even the subject of his own feature film. Most famously, the devil has lent its name to New Jersey's obvious NHL top hockey team, the Jersey Devils. There are still many, however, who believe that the Jersey Devil is very real and very dangerous. There has been a constant stream of reports over the years of devil encounters. Most often, people report finding strange, unidentifiable tracks in the sandy soil and desolate areas of the Pine Barrens. Some reports claim that they are footprints of a strange bird. Others say they closely resemble hoof prints, although whatever it is walks on just 2 legs.
Hoof prints
There have been
and bird prints
substantial amount of reports
are
that describe the
very
tracks as
fucking
being
different.
Cloven, a well-cited description of the feet hooves of a more famous devil Satan creature. While less frequent, there are still occasional reports of people who see more than just tracks and manage to catch a glimpse of the Jersey Devil himself. He is most commonly described as having the body of a kangaroo, the head of a dog, the face of a horse, large leathery wings, antlers similar to those of a deer, a forked reptilian tail, and intimidating claws.
That is the worst game of telephone
Creature.
come to life.
Miracle. Yeah, he's wild.
He's like a
looking if
magic
you've seen-
card, yeah.
Yes. Oh, he's such a cool magic card. While some New Jersey people embrace their devil as nothing more than a quaint figment of our collective imagination, a source of unification and pride, and a unique and important piece of New Jersey folk culture, others see it as a very real creature and a threat to their safety. Still, others who have sworn they did not believe in the existence of the Jersey Devil have had their minds changed after spending just one moonlit night in the Pine Barrens. There, where a ghostly mist drifts across the cedar swamps and the unearthly cry of some unseen creature can be heard piercing the stillness of the dark forest, few disbelievers can be found. Whether it's deep in the Pine Barrens or deep in our collective unconscious, one thing is certain: the New Jersey Devil still lurks in New Jersey and most likely always will. Now that's kind of the package of the New Jersey Devil, right? These stories, this amazing week
Oh,
of
okay, Clark
encounters that
Kent
happened in
style.
1909,
I getcha.
What he looks like, the very violent origin story of the Jersey Devil himself. But if you begin to dig a little bit,
Yeah, question.
I
Before
getcha.
we dig,
before we dig,
what year would you say the origin of the Jersey Devil would be?
the true true origin of the Jersey Devil is in the mid 1730s.
But 1909 is the flap. Yeah.
Yes, but he had happened. He was born in the 1730s.
Is there any good old timey things for the Jersey Devil besides 1909?
We're gonna not super. No, not really.
Okay.
The older timey. We're gonna dig into the super old timey stuff as like the bulk of this episode moving forward.
Okay.
Now, though.
All right.
So now, whether you obviously believe or not in the Jersey Devil, its origin story is mostly irrelevant, as
Whoops.
the Jersey Devil has thoroughly buried himself already into U.S. history, mythology, and most importantly, pop culture. You might be thinking of the obvious choice with the New Jersey hockey team, but my mind wandered into the land of the musical. The boss himself, Bruce Springsteen, has a song about the Jersey Devil called "A Night with the Jersey Devil." Have you heard this song, boys?
No.
Have you heard about this? Have you seen this?
I'm gonna give you a brief taste of what it sounds like, but I don't want to get copyrighted, so it's like 5 seconds or less. But you can Google this song if you want.
5
It came
seconds.
out 08. Isn't it like 5 seconds or under is fair use?
Sure.
8?
Yeah, 08 or so. Hang on. Tell me if you can hear this.
Sounds like Dad.
I know the listeners will be able to hear it. Here we go. Did you hear that?
That's Bruce
Sounded
Springsteen?
like a Tom Waits song at the beginning, but then
Here,
your
I'll give
noise.
you
That was
canceler
way
got
too
it.
metal to be the
Here.
boss.
No, the noise canceler got it still.
Yeah,
Sorry.
your noise canceller is too
We
good.
understand what Bruce Springsteen sounds like. though.
Especially, it's weird. The weirdest part about it is that
No
it's Bruce
MCA, no
Springsteen from
no
2008,
DMCA.
which is like
And it's that
extremely
same beat
old.
the whole time. It's that same beat the whole time, that old timey like bluesy, rocky kind of feel. And he's basically talking about him turning into the Jersey Devil, where he's drinking people's bloods over the course of like 16 days and all this other stuff.
Nice.
Very, very bizarre.
Bruce
But the Jersey
Springsteen
Devil,
wrote a song
you can
about
see him
sucking
pretty much in
people's
New York.
blood?
There's a name made on it. I didn't even know
What?
about it. For something,
that's
for something so
That's
ingrained in our
wild.
culture, you'd expect a given version of the tale to be definitive, but the story of how the Jersey Devil came to be has a surprising
Born in the
amount of
USA
variety.
guy.
Yeah,
It
that's
has
what I was
to be
gonna
s-
say. Sorry, it's like
Yeah.
you're like saying all these different like big stories, even from that one flap, and it's like some people saw bird feet,
Yeah,
some people
yeah,
saw
yeah.
cloven hooves, some people saw horse hooves. It's like, you know, when it's so like, you know, something that really scares me is like when there's a UFO sighting and 10 people's stories who don't know each other are all the same. But this is like, I mean, I guess this comes down to it being a thing, like sneaking around in the woods, but like still.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, even his origin story has so much variety, and like, we're going to go over a few of them, not like in great detail like we did above, but I'm going to quickly go through some of them here. But it has to be said before we do that the most disappointing source of all time for the Jersey Devil was New Jersey, like official New Jersey itself. On their website, you'd expect at least maybe some links or maybe
He's got
something
a page?
cool.
That's
He
a
does
Jersey
have a page. He does
That's
have a
more
page
about
on
New
the
Jersey than the devil.
I
Let's
know.
be real.
He has a small buried part of the NewJersey.gov website. When I was doing research, I came across it, and this is all it says. Quote, on a dark and stormy night in 1735, something terrible happened in the Pine Barrens near Leeds Point. The thunder howled, and the wind roared outside. Inside a small house, Mother Leeds was giving birth to her 13th baby. No one knew for sure exactly what happened, but people had ideas. And then this is a... There's a couple quotes.
Somebody
of
who
people
thought
Mother Leeds said she wanted the baby
that
to be
this
the
was
devil.
all a bunch of
Or the
hooey
baby was
wrote
born
this
with a tail,
little
wings, and
blurb.
hooves and flew up the chimney. The baby looked normal, but then it changed. That night, the Jersey Devil was born. This is one of the most popular stories about how the Jersey Devil was born, but there are many others. But that's it. That's all the New Jersey's website has on it. It's like a brief mini paragraph and a couple of quotes. Very disappointing state of New Jersey. Please do better.
Damn.
A different story says that a town put a curse on a young girl who fell in love with a British soldier during the Revolutionary War. When she gave birth, that child was the cursed child was the Jersey Devil.
Oh, we're
Is this the
doing
reboot?
nationalism.
Right, that's another origin
Very
story for it.
cool.
It's another weird like curse.
Just a totally different story.
How dare you fall
I
in
guess
love
there's
with a
still the
person
13th
from
thing in
across
there,
an
though.
imaginary line?
Yeah, I guess that's
Like
true.
it's still a cursed
Damn
child. I
you.
mean, it's not the 13th, right? But it's still like a cursed child.
Yep. A majority of the stories, however, are pretty straightforward, only differing in minor areas like the exact look of the creature, the way it escaped, or even if it killed anybody. They mostly say that after it was born, it quickly became the Jersey Devil and then flew away out a window, chimney, door. It didn't seem to matter too much. One story, though, speaks that the Leeds Devil lived with the family until it was 4 years old before it brutally murdered his parents and flew off into the Pine Barrens where it now lives.
Oh, those terrible force. I get it.
Dude, yeah, you got to be careful of those toddler years. Man. You never know when a child is just going to merge.
I feel like you're not a
you.
toddler anymore at 4.
In yet another story, the child
I feel like you're
did
like
immediately fly
decidedly
away,
not a
but
toddler
killed
anymore once
nobody,
you hit 4
and
years
over
old.
time would occasionally return to the familial home over the years where the family would feed him before he would fly away again.
He just
It's
got
crazy.
hungry, so he'd like roll back. He'd be like, "I need some of that good stew."
And Mama would be like, I got it for you, baby, here you go. And then just hiss and fly off after I had a
She's
full
like,
belly.
"Fuck you, by the way."
And then it's the leathery wings flap and off he goes.
I don't understand why she would make him the devil. I like the other story more because it makes more sense.
The super violent one?
No, just the idea of like two lovers creating the
Oh yeah. The U.S. colonist and the British soldier.
Yeah,
during the
I just don't.
Revolutionary
I
War.
do not understand the 13th child thing. I get that it
Yeah, I
would
don't
suck to
know.
have 13 children. I get that 13 is a bad number. Why would she curse her own child?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Here's another weird story we're going to talk about here in a second. Yet another, the child flew away. Oh yeah, I already did that one. One of my favorite ones, though, is the version of the Jersey Devil's origin isn't the result of a mother cursing her child, but the devil himself,
Nice.
as a sort of bizarre righteous punishment for the town, ended up cursing them for treating their local minister/priest poorly. Now, my question
Wouldn't
is,
the
why
devil be, like,
would
into
care about
that?
the town doing such a thing? I don't know. But in that particular version, the devil cursed.
Yeah, I feel like the
town,
devil would give
and the
them
child- the
earthly
next
riches
child
to
born
keep
ended up
doing
being the
it to
Jersey
ensure
Devil.
their
This is-
eternal damnation. Am I
It
crazy?
all goes back that everything that happens with the devil, I have questions about. Because, like, if you're bad,
Yeah, none of it
I'm
makes
just-
sense.
if you're, like, evil and you go to hell, wouldn't it be like, awesome job? Right? Am I crazy?
I'm right there with. This is exactly the same thing. He would be like, "You've done your unholy mission, my child."
Right?
What I'm saying, like,
I'm
it
with
doesn't
Jesse
make
on
any
this
sense.
one.
It's like, welcome to hell, beers in the back, bruh. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. That's all.
Generally, it doesn't really matter what the actual lore behind the Jersey Devil is nowadays. It simply shows that the tale of the Jersey Devil was constantly being taken, shaped, molded to fit certain narratives, helping to keep him relevant as the years moved on. The stories are seemingly endless, with some only having minor variations and others having large ones. And while the stories are all well and good, every story has to start somewhere. And the source of the Jersey Devil is a very interesting one, as it's essentially the result of a 1700s YouTube drama dispute between a family, their religion, and none other than Benjamin Franklin.
Old Ben.
Remember the old YouTube first homepage? Remember that? You remember when the videos were square?
Oh my God, yeah, bringing me back. You're bringing me back. Sometime in the early 18th century, late 17th century, Daniel
YouTube
Leeds
videos used to be
was a Quaker
4x3.
living a quaint life in a small town.
People
called
aren't younger
Leeds
than
Point
YouTube.
by the Delaware River.
So everybody was just like, it was like the McPoyles. They're just like, it's like, we're from
Kind of
Leeds.
everywhere, big family.
We're the Leeds
yeah.
family. We live in Leeds Point. We're
Yep.
the Leeds, and you're also the Leeds, and we're the Leeds from down the way.
That's how it started. Leeds Point was mostly, at this point in the story, a town full of boat captains.
Fuck,
since
dude.
it was it was near
whimsical.
the Delaware River,
Yeah.
and the river was an easy access point out to the sea.
How whimsical.
Yeah,
They all have a corncob pipe.
I'm just picturing that dude from Tintin. Yeah.
It's so good, dude. Daniel Leeds, though, was not
Fuck.
a sea captain.
Well,
He
that's
was
fine.
an author.
He was a pariah. Yeah.
He wasn't cranking out, but even if though he was an author, I had to burp. I'll edit that out. Or we won't, and I'll forget. It's either one. Daniel Leeds was not a captain. He was an author. He wasn't cranking out the next great small town novel, though. The man was known for two things: pamphlets and almanacs. For those who might not know what an almanac is, an almanac
Very hungry chat room.
You don't, yeah, I know, we're kind of at that point where people might not know what almanacs are. An almanac provides data on the rising and setting times of the sun and moon, the phases of the moon, positions
That's
of
the
planets.
Farmer's
schedules of
Almanac
times,
does
and a
that.
register of collecting festivals. It's got a lot of farming information as well in there. It's kind of like a
That's just
catch-all
the
of, a
farmers-
bunch of
they're
useful
wrong about
information.
this.
Way more useful in the olden days than it is nowadays by a long shot.
Oh, time for ads.
We all struggle with mental health, whether we want to admit it or not. And going to see a therapist
I'll admit it
shouldn't be
right now.
embarrassing. Seeing a therapist should be like seeing a doctor. It's important for you to keep up with and pay attention to your own mental well-being. Thanks to Talkspace for sponsoring this episode. There were many years where seeing a therapist for me was embarrassing, but after finally going to see one, it changed my life for the better in a way I can't describe. Meeting with a therapist should be as ordinary and judgment-free as going to the dentist or going to see your personal trainer. It's a healthy routine that can help you get through some of the hardest aspects of your life. At Talkspace, your privacy and security
This is a good ad
your
read,
number one
Mathis.
priority.
I'm proud
The
of
app
you.
puts you in a private room with just you and your therapist, send messages 24/7 and get replies throughout the day. No need to wait for a weekly appointment. Talkspace's encryption and added security features make your conversation fully protected. Join Talkspace today and start moving forward with a single message. Just visit Talkspace.com and get $100 off your first month when you use promo code CHILL at sign up. That's $100 off at Talkspace.com, promo code CHILL. Thanks again to Talkspace for sponsoring this episode.
You joke, but I do think that literally
These books,
every
extremely useful
person
for
on
columns in the
Earth
Farmer at the time for future planning.
would
Leeds almanacs
benefit
were
from
slightly
speaking
different.
to a
Leeds
therapist.
was the equivalent of, at the time, an astrology
I think
girl.
everybody should do
And
it.
his almanacs and pamphlets were chock full of astrology stuff. He was mega into it. You might be saying to yourself, hang on a second, he's a Quaker. Was this allowed? And you're kind of right, sort of. You see, Quakers, once they'd found out about Leeds almanacs and the astrology-loving ways that he was printing, they quickly and openly denounced him. They said that astrology is the same as witchcraft and that he should cease immediately.
Ooh.
Astrology is the same as I guess
Because
people
there's
were
tarot
not,
card readings.
I guess
that
people were
kinda
not reasonable at that time. I don't know what I'm
Yeah, Zodiac, and yeah, we're very close to the witch trials having just kind of happened.
Right,
And
it's the
having
same
happened.
exact vibe.
Yep. The funny thing is, though, that behind the scenes, after their long days of preaching and speaking against such things, the Quakers would often get together in their secretive little dens and start reading each other's charts and doing astrology and doing
Quaker
tarot
dens.
cards. Yeah, I know. Isn't that a great little term?
No, you don't have to apologize, bud.
TikTok's
You don't have to
stupid.
apologize
I would
at
never go to
all.
TikTok when they're in their bed, like.
Yeah, literally exactly. Leeds just wasn't.
It's
the
fine
only
to
difference
make
between them and
jokes.
Leeds was Leeds just wasn't worried about sharing all
Also,
this
you're
info
not
publicly, because for
a waste
Leeds,
of time.
once everyone
Like,
saw his
no
masterful
person
work,
is a waste of
he was
time.
convinced
At least
that
of
the
all
Quakers
you,
were gonna
Cal.
embrace it with open arms, and that he'd be recognized for the work he'd done. And because he wasn't a Puritan, Leeds wasn't burned at the stake for all of this. Leeds was still hurt that his own religion was disowning him and disowning all the work that he'd done, however, done up to this point, however. And if Leeds had one thing at his disposal, it was a working printing press. So, angry and frustrated, Leeds did what any early 18th century angry person would do and printed out pamphlets decrying and insulting the Quaker religion. Now they were officially
It's a
feuding.
bold move.
You know,
What's funny is that pamphlet feuds were an actual thing and a common form for
Amazing.
at this time.
Yeah.
So this was not, you know.
Oh my
strange.
god, it's like they all had their own little burn
Let's go
books.
further into this.
Twitter.
I think you're gonna like this episode, Jesse.
Twitter is not new.
Uh-huh.
Throughout history,
no, it is not.
people have been shit talking each other on the internet. Except there was no internet; it was just in real life. But they did it through like.
Across cities via pamphlets.
Yeah, I wrote a pamphlet and distributed it, and it speaks ill of you, my friend. You're like, how dare you? I shall write another pamphlet back. Yeah, same thing.
Wait, we're gonna get into it in a minute.
in
Go
a
ahead,
way,
Alex.
it's comforting. Like,
In a way, it's depressing.
in a way, it's like, hey, we're not going insane. We've always been this stupid, and we did everything that we did somehow.
Yup.
But you had
Just
to
wait.
you had to
Oh.
like have a printing press. You had to earn it. You had to be like, I wrote this and I distributed it amongst the community.
I love it when they get silly. I love it so much.
Reading this book, you're going to see why the tone of this thing changed. What I thought was just going to be another cryptid episode ended up being a weird history episode. It's great. So he printed out this pamphlet decrying and insulting the Quaker religion, and after a brief back and forth, Leeds ended up pulling out the big guns. Pamphlets were clearly no longer enough, so Leeds wrote a book, which would begin the long fight between himself and the Quakers. And you can get this book, a reprinting of this book, on Amazon right now if you want to. The book was titled News of a Strumpet Cohabitating in the Wilderness, or a brief abstract of the spiritual and carnal whoredoms and adulteries of the Quakers.
Hell yes,
Oh,
that's
shit.
That's a good ass title.
Dude knows how to title a book for
Isn't that
sure.
So good. I love
Strumpet
the title.
is a word we do not use enough anymore.
Agree.
That's like a book.
Strumpet.
That's like an Onion article. Like, you don't even
Straight
read the book.
up.
You just like he put it out so you get the story from the title.
Dude, wait till you hear the next one, all right? This is all happening right now. This is all happening right around 1699 and 1700, because this is when Daniel was around, 1700 and 1701. The book title is pretty self-explanatory, I think, in what this thing was all about. And unsurprisingly, the book caught the eye of a particular member of the religion, a man by the name of Carol Pussy.
Nice.
Shut the fuck up.
P-U-S-S-Y.
P-U-S-S-Y? Is that what you said?
No, P-U-S-E-Y.
Okay, well that's
Maybe it's
It's
Pusey?
Pusey. It is.
Poussoir. Carl Poussoir.
Pussy.
Carl Poussoir.
It might be
It's like
Poussey.
Reese's Pieces. It's just a
Yeah.
slight difference.
Well, Carl was very upset on behalf of the religion, his personal beliefs, feeling like he was getting attacked. He was angered at the contents of the book and that a once member of their religion now looks to cast doubt on them in the public eye. So
God, I
he
hate the word
decided to
pussy so
return
much. I hate
fire
it so
with
much.
a book of his very own. This book is best known as Daniel Leeds, Justly Rebuked. However, that is not its full title.
That's a
I will
wussy
read
title.
it.
That's
Right, that's a better title than its full title, because unfortunately the full title's not great.
Hi,
and
babe.
I don't think it holds a candle to
gotta
Daniel
say- oh
Leeds'
my
title.
God.
Here it is. Daniel Leeds, justly rebuked for abusing William Penn and his folly and falsehoods contained in his printed challenges to Caleb Pusey made manifest, with some remarks also by way of rebuke on the author of the book called News of a Strumpet. And then in parentheses, 5 lines of Psalms.
Here's the problem. He did not use Strumpet nearly early enough for me to be in.
No.
You wait till the end. You gotta drop your Strumpet early.
I'll copy paste the title in case you didn't quite get it.
The reason it's so whack is because it's such a weak move. It's like the Microsoft Store of like
It's amazing to see how language grew and changed. Somehow we lost Strumpet, but gave pussy like 3 meanings.
no.
You're not wrong, Puppet.
He basically went through the process of printing a book in the 1700s.
It is wild. I was watching a thing earlier today. Hi, James. I was watching a thing earlier. It was like speech expert did a tour of the United States by way of accent. I saw it on Reddit a couple days ago, but they talk a lot about language history there and how the accents alone evolved, and I feel like it's just wild how much language changes
across state lines. It's so phenomenal.
My barber will not be cutting my hair any longer. Or will not be cutting hair any longer. He is only cutting it shorter. These.
Egged on Leeds to respond, and so he responded with a second
Stop
book,
it.
way more simply titled, simply called "The Rebuker Rebuked."
This guy's.
It's a good title.
Yeah.
Wait, he's a master at his work as a reader.
He is.
You've been writing for a long time.
This guy was on
very,
One
very
Chan
clearly.
back in the very early
One
days.
Chan.
That's awesome.
Way back when.
In the 1700s.
Yeah. And thus,
It's fucking
began what
hilarious.
people at the time considered a pamphlet fight.
Ironically,
This was also,
Chilluminati
as I
put
said,
me
rather
on this,
common
but the
back then, thanks to the
transcontinental
printing
accent
press
never
now being
existed. It's a
lot more
wild rabbit hole.
widespread.
Totally. I am
Garbage
obsessed
and
with the
people ate it
transatlantic
up. It was
accent.
like the main thing.
I know the history too. It's something that I have the rabbit hole that I went down.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's a
Yeah,
rabbit
yeah,
hole
it's
I went down
painful and
before
annoying.
Chilluminati even existed. It's
These
wild,
things
hey?
literally were like shit posting to rile up one another. And one of my favorite examples brought up in the book that I
In
read for
parentheses,
this
people
is
be
the example
racist.
of a feud between 2 people at the time, and one of them ended up printing out an image of the other person he was feuding with, laying down in a boat with what I can really only describe.
We're almost to the
with
end
a
of this little bullet
saggy-titted
skein
Satan
here. Hopefully the
in
next
full
one isn't
squatty
so
potty mode over his face, taking in
tangled.
insane shit.
When you look at it
into
now,
his
it's the
open
preview
mouth.
the media has. The preview for media as the accent defining the 30s to 50s. Yeah. Yep.
That book was worth reading.
Well,
even
people
just
emulated
for
it,
that.
hey?
Where do we get to hear from the Jersey Devil? I don't know.
We are gonna connect. We are gonna connect. Trust me. Just in
Into
case,
his
though,
Purview. Yeah, I've
literally
parsed
shitting into
it.
his mouth. In case everybody needed a reminder that people really have not changed at all. At all.
Man.
Leeds, though, back to being with Leeds, was fighting an uphill battle. Though he may have been correct in that the people of the Quaker religion do indeed practice astrology and the like, his unique position within town made it really easy for the Quakers and Pusey, in particular, to drag his name through the dirt and mud. Daniel Leeds at the time, on top of being an author, was also working for a governor that was
Okay, I
not
super do
particularly
have to
liked by
wrap
the
this
village.
now.
And
Give me a
why, you
second.
might
I'm so
ask?
sorry.
Because he was a royalist, and these were tense times for being a royalist on American soil. This made it really easy for Pusey to drag Daniel Leeds' name through the mud, as I said earlier, but none of this stopped Leeds, and he would continue his work for another 13 years until he stepped down and retired in 1713, where his son, Titan Leeds, would take over.
Daniel named his son.
He's so good at titling, he titled his son Titan.
Musk? What the
Holy shit. Titan is a great name. Shut
And
up.
with it being nearly two decades later, astrology had
badass.
become massively popular. And over that time, the Leeds Almanac had become one of, if not the most popular almanac on the market.
That's like right now. That's like the same.
Right, it
People
really
are really
is.
into this right now. Yeah.
It is, it's true. Proving to Daniel Leeds that he was indeed correct. However, at the year of it becoming famous, like I said, 2 decades after he retired, was the 1730s. And Daniel ended up dying in 1720. But Titan Leeds had taken over, and he was quite good at his job. And in that almanac was popular until someone else had their eyes on the almanac market with their upcoming book.
Oh, Poor Richard's Almanac.
Richard's Almanac,
my boy.
by none other than Benjamin Franklin.
Ben, you know what? Shout out to Ben, the greatest founder of this nation, philanderer and horsesmith.
The original Big Lebowski.
They were really.
Wait till you see what he does here. He is cruel but hilarious. He was a troll.
He's the Teddy Roosevelt of fucking.
Benjamin Franklin was a troll. He would have been an internet troll this day and age, no question.
He'd be the Gail Simone of his day. Yeah.
It's Gail Simone.
You're right.
And who else stood in Benjamin Franklin's way to the top of the almanac charts than Titan Leeds? Moreover, Benjamin Franklin thought that all astrology and occult stuff was crazy nonsense, and he wasn't even that fond of religion in general. So in his first issue of the Poor Richard's Almanac, Franklin would use that
She's an amazing female
astrology
comic writer. Okay.
to attack the man on his way to success, Titan Leeds. So how did he go about it? Well, Franklin wrote a satirical article in his almanac pretending to use astrology to predict the death of Titan Leeds in the following October 17th to be precise, teasing that whoever purchased his almanac, that they'd have to buy the next issue to see if his prediction came true. And of course, it didn't. But that didn't stop Benjamin Franklin from posting an obituary for Titan Leeds in his almanac anyway.
He did a year-long bit about this guy dying.
Jesus.
Would you call that an Attack on Titan?
Oh, shit! Oh, it's so good.
Alex Fascion. I can't pronounce his last name. Heavy hitter.
This obviously, all this fake
She's
news
done Birds of
obviously
Prey,
lied
Wonder
about
Woman,
Leeds.
Domino, and so
so
much more.
Leeds posted in
She's
his
also
almanac
hilarious
that
online.
Franklin
I
was
remember some thread about her
clearly
talking
wrong,
about
and he was
which
very
Godzilla
much
kaiju
still alive.
were hot.
Wherein Franklin responded that
Okay.
was totally impossible, and that the written response was clearly coming from Titan Leeds' now deceased and upset spirit.
This guy.
Put them in the box, yeah.
We have
Somebody
Alex,
please
we've
put Alex in the
been
box.
to the pub where they were like when they were hanging out in Boston, where those like revolutionary boys were. So you know he was like in one of those, or he was like in Philadelphia, just like sitting in a tavern somewhere, writing up like cackling to his old ass self, just like oh my god,
That is
incredible.
unbelievable. Just saying something.
Hi,
is
babe.
true
Sorry, they
that's
keep
not,
pushing
and
it
it's like,
open.
"No." And then it's Benjamin Franklin, so it's like.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Be
Yeah.
like, it's not Ben. Ben wouldn't lie. Amazing.
Now, obviously, it was more in the almanac than just that.
Thank
that
you,
got
Bungie
people
Facts.
Really like enjoying his almanac. He gave incredible
We're
amounts
safe
of
now.
useful information. But one thing people really enjoyed were like the fancy and nice quotes that he filled his books with. People just found them fun to read and enjoyable little excerpts.
Like what's his name? The guy from SNL. I can't remember his name. The guy who reads all the little stories. Jack Handy. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah, people really loved that. But don't think the trolling stopped for an instant there. This went on for literal years. And for years, Franklin targeted Titan Leeds, his largest wall to success, referring to Titan Leeds as a ghost every single time that he referenced him or Titan Leeds responded to him in the opposing almanac.
They're usually shocked when they
Which
find
only
out.
pissed off Leeds more, which egged on
Trisha.
Franklin with him saying things like, quote,
That one's
"Titan
fire.
Leeds would never
Sholin
post
Mookie.
such an ungentlemanly reply, so his ghost must clearly be in control of his publications." Just like every
How
time
often
he
are they
made,
publishing these almanacs?
Oh,
I don't know, man. I have no idea.
I mean,
That's fucking insane.
Once a
assume
year,
monthly?
obviously, but like
yeah, or once a year, but
they are doing it in a way that this is all hype. This is like
Yeah.
dropping an album, right?
Yeah,
a
and it's a
farmer's-
fucking almanac.
Yeah, it's like a farmer's almanac. Farmers are keeping the country afloat at this point, and so Oh yeah, this is 100% them just being like, yo, I'm dropping the hottest mixtape of 1787. Let's go.
It's literally that.
It's like me arguing with a teenager on Twitter. Like, exactly.
It literally is. Oh my god, it is. And everybody knew Leeds was Franklin's main target at this point over the course of years. And Benjamin Franklin had a very particular insult that he liked to call a lot of people, but he very commonly used against Leeds. And that was simply calling them a devil. And this—
Are you kidding me?
And this led to most people calling Titan Leeds, but what else? A devil.
The Leeds
devil.
So it's not actually named after the area. It's actually just named after this one shithead who thought—
it all kind of coalesced, and people hated Leeds. Remember, Leeds was working for a royalist on top of it, and constantly fighting against somebody who was very openly trolling him, which never makes you look good. It was just a downhill fight for Titan at this point.
Poor Titan.
And
fucked, dude.
Hi, Darkwolf Sweden. How are you? It's good to see you.
He's done.
And it's not over yet. And in 1738, Titan Leeds finally passed away. And Benjamin Franklin congratulated the spirit in his almanac for finally moving on and letting go of all those troublesome posts he was making.
So what the fuck? Okay, I gotta look this up.
In death, he was just making fun of Titan Leeds.
Titan Leeds. Okay, hold on, just a second.
I metaphorically spinning on his grave after years of claiming he was dead already.
So Titan Leeds was 39 years old when he died.
Jesus.
Right?
No, he might have been in his 40s or 50s, I think.
It says that he lived from 1699 to 1730.
Yeah, 39.
Okay, so there you go. Yeah, 39.
So he's 39 years old.
Yep.
Benjamin Franklin was born
what year was Benjamin Franklin?
1706. So he's younger than him. This is
so young fucking.
Yes.
He was literally. It was literally you fighting with somebody on Twitter.
So wait a minute.
Dude.
So the Poor Richard's Almanac, 1706. So he's like, dude. Benjamin Franklin is like my age right now, trolling this guy who's like slightly older than me. Like that's and the guy died.
He's in his what? Yeah, he would be in his early 30s. Benjamin's in his early 30s at this point.
Dog woke you up and wanted breakfast? Well, you better get him fed.
He's just trolling the shit out of him the whole time. This is who Benjamin Franklin fucking was, though. Like, if you don't know historical Benjamin Franklin outside
better
of what the
feed
screen
that
tells
doggo.
you, this is who Ben Franklin was. He was a shit stirrer,
He
a
smoked
pot stirrer.
weed.
Like,
he had sex. He went to
fucked
France.
all- dude, you look at Benjamin Franklin, he had his dick in somebody. He was fucking everybody all the time.
Just to give you an example of who Ben Franklin was, there's a book, I'm just gonna put it out there for everyone if you want to just side story read, called Fart Proudly, Writings of Benjamin Franklin You Never Read in School.
Hell
Dude
yeah.
was a world-class troll.
We all feel it when we lay our head down at night. The daily stresses running through our minds, the aches and pains in your body from a hard day's work. All these are normal and they can keep you up. Really late at
Monstro's
night.
being
I'm
very
particularly
cute.
sympathetic to those who can't sleep. Getting to sleep is a personal hell of mine. But for the past couple of months, I've been using Papa and Barkley CBD. There's a lot of talk about all the benefits of CBD.
I've
but
been
it's
using
hard to
CBD
find
to get
reliable
sleep, too.
products. Papa and Barkley creates award-winning CBD solutions for pain, stress, sleep, and everyday wellness. And unlike less effective CBD brands, they have an unmatched, clean, chemical-free, whole plant process with proven results.
Showing monkey
I've
no
used their
punching
Papa and
down.
Barkley CBD capsules the most, and those have helped at night ease my mind, bring my stresses down.
We
and
millennials
help
have it
guide
hard
me into
enough.
a comfortable, happy sleep. Papa and Barkley founder Adam Grossman created the groundbreaking Relief Balm to ease his father's debilitating back pain. From that powerful homemade balm, Papa and Barkley has expanded to a full line of topical balms, oils, tinctures, and capsules, all made with 100% natural, clean ingredients and whole plant, full spectrum CBD. Today, they're the #1 cannabis
Oh
wellness
no,
company in
Gimmicky, are you
California,
allergic?
and with their new
Or is it
CBD
just
relief
illegal where
line,
you are?
They can ship nationwide. Papa and Barkley is on a mission to improve lives through
Fucking
CBD with
Puritan
purest,
losers
cleanest
making the
form possible.
laws
Go to
places.
papaandbarkleycbd.com/chill for 20% off of your purchase. That's 20% off for new customers at PAPA and BARKLEY
cbd.com/chill. Thanks to Papa and Barkley for sponsoring the episode. I love it.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
I want to
dude. It's so
see.
good.
I want to see because it's a shame that the only picture, like when I think of this man, I think of like the soggy man.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Who
I
has,
think
like,
it's
Dark
really
Wolf,
good
that's
image.
He has like
so
kind of looks
cute.
like George Washington. He kind
Oh,
of
I
has, like,
love
hat hair,
puppers.
if you know the picture that I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
And he has got like a big bald head. What did he look like when he was 30 years old? Because this dude lived till almost 1800, I think. Like he was
from 17, I think like 1790 something. So, like the dude when he was, God, I don't even know how old he was. 16, 17, did the Silence Dogood letters. He literally pretended to be a 40-year-old woman and
Yeah.
wrote in like, as an old lady in this time,
Yeah.
dude was 16.
He was having a good ass
Man was
time. He
catfishing
didn't
people.
care. He
dude.
was. He didn't give a shit.
I if there was a time machine, like I would love to just see what his vibe was. I would love to just go.
It would have been a good time,
Go
dude.
drink with
Again,
him.
the founding fathers were a bunch of drunk fucks who just drank and kind of came up with this idea at a bar.
That's
Like,
true.
reason everyone-
That's just
You
true.
literally go to that
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah.
Like these people were not these like they were geniuses in their own right, but they were also like kind of bros. You know what I mean? A bunch
Yeah,
of fratty
the only
people.
reason that everybody today isn't just a filthy drunk is because we invented other crappy shit to do also.
yeah, pretty much.
That's unbelievable.
So other than the devil insult, there's other things that help connect this and kind of flesh out why this birth, this folklore. Titan Leeds died in 1738, and at the top of the episode, what year did I say that the Jersey Devil was supposedly born?
1730s.
1735.
Yeah.
Right around the same exact time.
Did it kill
It's-
him? Did Ben Franklin kill him?
No, I'm not going there.
That's like the
unfortunately.
X-Files episode about it.
Yeah. The other thing that helps connect it is the Leeds family crest itself. Their family crest was an image featuring 3 monstrous figures with claws, wings, and sitting atop of the shield, none other than the cockatrice.
What
And
the
through
fuck?
And through that, an ancient drama channel feud, never-ending insults and petty pamphlets with just the right amount of 1700 slang, the Jersey Devil was born into American
So
mythology.
it's just a roast of
officially.
his fucking seal,
Yeah, he was just.
and everybody
he was a
hated
ro-
him
it's a
because he was
roast.
kind of a cock-ass.
Yeah, it was just a roast, and it was a roast because his father worked for.
That's
the
crazy,
governor.
gamer,
It was
that
just
you
bad
get.
news all the way
I mean,
around.
you could just
And
build
then
up a
with years
tolerance, though.
passing,
If you keep using it, it will build up a
being in the
tolerance for
1700s
sure.
and 1800s, stories kick up, things get created, and the story of the Jersey Devil kind of got born.
That is unbelievable. I am stunned that that is
We're
what that
almost
is.
there. We're
I'm
almost done.
trying
We're
my
not quite
hardest to
done.
find a picture of young Ben Franklin.
There's like a
don't think
statue.
you can.
The only one I've seen is the statue, and there's this one where he's like in blue, but he looks like a fucking Monopoly illustration. So
Yeah,
it's
it's not
useless.
done well. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Sure.
I guess that's what happens when you get famous at a certain age. Then you get the drawings made of you, but you're
Yep.
perpetually old forever.
The issue with people learning about this is that this information is very boring to learn and find. It's not out there readily. So it doesn't stop people from encountering what they believe is the Jersey Devil in the deep woods of Jersey. So let's wrap this episode up with some creepy and spooky potential Jersey Devil encounters that happened more closer to our time
Oh,
than
yes.
their time. So I'll read one. I've got 3 stories, 3 encounters. I'll start with one, and I'll send over via Twitter the other 2. So I'll read it and then I'll copy paste. This one's called Driving by the Devil in the Pale Moonlight. This story is by a woman, by the way, named of Mary Ritzer Christensen.
She saw Batman in the 1980s and was
By the way,
like,
I found a picture of young Ben Franklin.
There's not
but I
much
think it's a
difference
little too
between
young.
sativa or indica
I'll
they
take a
have
look at
found
it.
recently. I thought for sure that there was,
I
but
don't know what the hell that is.
I don't know what-
Terrifying.
it was all just
Yeah, it's
placebo,
all new.
apparently.
Now that's the Jersey Devil.
That is. All right. This has haunted me since it happened in 1972. I was a senior at what was then Glassboro State College. I had heard about the Jersey Devil when I came to South Jersey, but being from North Jersey, a different world, I thought I was far too sophisticated to believe in such humbuggery. One winter night-
Humbuggery?
I love that. Yeah, it's a great term. One winter night, I was driving to Glassboro from Blackwood on Green Tree Road. At the time, the road was flanked by orchards and farms. There were a few houses and there was hardly any development. I was completely sober and awake when I caught a glimpse of something in my rearview mirror. Curious as to what it could have been, I slowed down to take a gander. It was dark out, but moonlit enough that I had no trouble at all discerning the upright figure of a creature crossing the road from one side to the other, roughly 25 feet behind my car.
I thought you were going to say tall, and I was going to be like, what
Oh, yeah,
the
that would have been
fuck?
nuts. The figure stood taller than a man by far and had thick haunches similar to a goat's, supporting its nearly human-looking torso and huge woolly head. It moved heavily and didn't seem at all disturbed by me.
See you
being
later,
there.
Dark Wolf Sweden. Have a
I
good
didn't
one.
linger long enough to see much more. I hit the gas and flew to Mansion Park Apartments in the borough. So petrified was I that I slept the rest of the night in the car, unwilling to get out in the same darkness that had introduced me to the Jersey Devil. Never again from that day on have I ridden on the Green Tree Road day or night that I haven't gotten the heebie-jeebies just thinking about that winter night so long ago.
Yikes.
So that's the first one. You know, again, another different description of what the body looked like. This time she said it was a near human body.
It's very
Here's the-
quintessentially like running into a thing on the road in the 70s story.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
It totally
I
is.
gave the next story in Twitter, by the way.
Oh, in
Either one of you
Twitter.
can take
Okay,
it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I don't think it's going to fit in
Yeah,
Zoom.
yeah.
I think it's going to be one of those things that Zoom's like, no thanks.
Yeah, I got you.
You take it, and then Jesse can take the last one,
Yeah.
which is super
Hold
short.
Best for last.
Field trips to the Jersey Devil's turf is the name of this one. As a native of Cape May County, I've had the typical rite of passage trip to the Pine Barrens, the legendary home of the Jersey Devil. This Jersey girl went to Cape May County Technical High School, which sponsored trips to the Pine Barrens for good grades in certain classes. I was one of the fortunate students to go 3 times during my 4-year career at CMCT. Each time I went on this trip, my canoe, which I didn't know about the canoe part. My canoe was followed by a heavy-footed thing, which each step I heard branches snap under its feet, and in parentheses they write hooves.
They just kind of
Yeah.
guessed maybe hooves. There's no real
Just because
reason.
they know what's up, yeah. Every 10 minutes or so, I could hear deep, beastly growls that to this very day give me the creeps. Being in a canoe and on a class trip didn't afford me much opportunity to flee in terror, so I stuck it out for 3 years. Every year, it was
All
the
right,
same.
that's-
So 3 years
we
in a
could
row,
do
the
one
same
more
exact
stitch.
experience. During my sophomore year, I was pretty confident about my canoeing skills, so I didn't look over my shoulder much. I went canoeing with a friend of mine when we came across a bag that had been
Yeah,
torn
that's
open
definitely
and gone
the
through.
last one
Around
we
it were
should
prints on the
do.
ground that looked something like a horse's hoof, only bigger.
I'll
Then
do
I
an
heard it,
invisible
the cry that
join.
still haunts my dreams. Part human,
We made
part
some
beast,
progress
and full of
today.
anger, pregnant with pure hate.
1,
I love
2,
that it's
3,
pregnant
4,
with pure
I
hate.
love it too because it could be the 13th child, so you know, it's like a good little theme.
10,
I nearly
11,
flipped the
12,
canoe.
13. We got
left, leaving whatever
quite a
it was
bit
out there
done
behind,
today.
or so I thought.
I
It
will
seemed
keep
to
working
follow
on
us.
this after
Every time we stopped or
stream.
paused, it
Hopefully
got
it's
closer to
much
the river.
longer
We
when you
pushed
see it
on.
tomorrow.
Then worse came to worse as we tipped the canoe. I heard
Looks
the thing
very
running
good.
behind us, and I thought for sure we were dead. Then we righted our canoe and got into it as fast as humanly possible. We made it out to safety, sun-fried to a crisp, missing all of our valuables and most of our clothes, but never happier to be on shore. We packed up our bus and left. As we were leaving, I rested my head on the window and saw a little cottage. I looked at it until the bus was about to pass it and saw a woman. She looked back at me, and I could see her skin was torn and bleeding. After the bus passed, she vanished. Scared me so badly I wouldn't go into the woods for a year. Kelly.
There it is. That's the second one.
That's
Oh
like a
my
great,
God.
creepy, like, see your skin was torn and bleeding. That's fascinating.
The last
Yeah,
part
it's
is
weird.
10 times more fucked up than the thing following you in the woods. Stuff
Right?
follows you in the woods. You know what I mean? I've been followed by crows for like a whole walk before. You know what I mean? They just
Right.
follow me around. That's really creepy. But a woman, that's like
I love it when crows follow
it's like
me.
it's like a detail that makes it feel like you're like dreaming or something. You know what I mean? Like you're like you had this experience and then
I had
you, like,
owls
see
follow
this,
me
like,
one
fucked
time
up,
when I
like, the
was
thing where you,
walking
like,
at night,
wake up
and
from a
that,
dream and
or
then you're
well,
still
it was
holding the,
one
like,
owl. I don't know why I said
bloody
owls. It was
piece
just
of
one.
fabric that's in your pocket or whatever.
But
Really creepy.
I had an owl follow
Yeah,
me
it's
one
very
time, and it
weird.
was like
All right, one more
magical
go,
to
Jesse. It's a
me.
short one.
All right, the devil on Route 9. Let me tell you of a sighting of the Jersey Devil. I was driving up Route 9 in Bayville at around 10 p.m. There were 2 cars in front of me, and we were traveling at about 35 miles per hour. To the right of Route 9 is a mini mall type building with woods behind it. To the right is all woods. All of a sudden, I saw this big thing running across Route 9. It looked like one of those classic pictures of the Jersey Devil. It had no tail, no fur. Its ribs showed, and it had a long, odd head with short ears that laid
Blessed
flat.
with wisdom. Yeah, that's what it felt like. It felt
10 feet
very
tall.
magical to
I
me.
noticed it because the first car stepped on its brakes, as did the second car. When I looked ahead, I saw this thing galloping across Route 9 and straight into the woods. I was not really scared because it didn't register yet. I stopped to mail something to the mailbox, or in the mailbox, about 300 feet from the main road, and I saw a child's shirt, shorts, and one sneaker lying on the ground.
Oh, fuck.
That's probably more cause for concern
my
for
God.
kidnapping. I
The
feel
little
like.
kiddo.
I mailed my letter, ran into the car, and laid rubber all the way home.
Bro,
I
oh my
would
God.
have been like,
I would've
hello,
called the cops.
911, yeah.
Laid rubber.
I was certain.
That it
I had
sounds too
seen
much
the
like a
Jersey
sex
Devil.
euphemism.
No one believes me. They say it was a deer. I've never seen a deer that big, that fast, or that weird looking in my life. What is really creepy is that the other two people driving in front of me stepped on their brakes, so they must have seen it too.
Whoa.
Last one's got some assumptions tossed in there and a potential kidnapping ignored. So, you know.
I mean, it
not-
seems like it went from a 0 to 60 because you got freaked out because you saw some clothes.
Yeah, that's kinda how it comes
Yeah.
across for sure. But that's it, boys. That's going to end our little adventure into the root of where the Jersey Devil comes from.
I love that this guy
And
has a
more behind him.
reputation. I
How'd
love
your
that,
date go,
like,
girl? We
I
laid
think-
rubber.
I
That's what
can't
it
remember who was.
sounds
I think
like,
it was the
hey?
Hawkinsville Goblin. I can't remember. Where the vibe is that people believe in this motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like Bigfoot or something where like most people are like, it's Bigfoot. He smokes weed and he's like hilarious. You know, like the Jack Slinks Bigfoot, I think is how most
Yeah.
people think of Bigfoot.
Straight
but with the
up.
Jersey Devil, like, I hear like most people that I've talked to who live in New Jersey are like, no, there's something out there, dude. I don't know what it is, but there's something. It's like one of those. It's like the Appalachian stuff on TikTok where they're like, if you hear
Now you
something
know.
calling your name, don't follow it. You know, like that type of shit. I don't know.
Now
I
you
love
know,
that.
though. Now anytime it brings it up, you can be like, no, it's born out of drama.
Dude,
drama,
that Ben Franklin
ancient
story
drama.
is so good, and I love that. The
That
dude's
Ben
name
Franklin
is
story
Titan.
was very
That's like
good.
a Wes
Yes.
Anderson movie or something. Like I love
It's
that.
really cool. It's awesome.
All
That's
right.
it for us today, though, gentlemen and listeners. Thank you guys for joining us. We're off to
Yeah.
go do a mini-sode where Jesse and Alex both have something real good, apparently.
Y'all have
so-
fun. All right, chat room, really quickly. I'm gonna do my shilling and then we're gonna call it here. Thank you so much for all of you hanging out. We got so many new follows and so many new subs today. That was awesome. I appreciate you very, very much. I just have to thank you one more time for being so supportive in the beginning of the episode of the stream today. Just letting me kind of bitch about life and not judging me for picking vaping back up. It's just nice of you. If you had a good time here, if you're new here, please hit up that follow button. If you have a Prime sub laying around, I would love to take it off your hands. No pressure, obviously. I've got a Twitter and a Discord. You can follow either of those to find out when I'm going live. It's twitter.com/ZER0DOXY. And the Discord is discord.gg/fartslide. All one word, fart, like what happens with your butt, slide, like the best ride at the playground when you were 6. What else is there to talk about? Thank you to my patrons. Thank you so much to Theodore, J. Rodimus, Dragon Rana, Big Wolf Paws, Quinn Kenobi, Laura Cody, and Katie Bailey. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, especially since you get like nothing for it. It's rad of you. And I think that's gonna do it for me. I would love it if you guys would tell me what your favorite cryptid is in chat, so that we have a nice big fat raid. Get you nice and active in chat, and we'll find another crafter to raid here. Thanks for hanging out tonight. I'll be back tomorrow, and we will rewatch the January 6th hearing from yesterday, since I will have my shit set up for lack of better nomenclature. Okay, I love you. Goodbye.